sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find The Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Hey, friends, how the heck are you? Happy Friday. Absolutely TGIF on The Monty Show, presented by The Advocates. TheAdvocates.com. As always, we tell you every day, The Advocates are the best injury attorneys in the business. Find them online, TheAdvocates.com, or you can chat with an attorney 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for free. See, because you don't pay the advocates until they win your case. So there is no propaganda, there is no retainers, none of that. No friends, no consultation fees. You don't pay the advocates until they win your case at theadvocates.com. Breaking news for you this afternoon. Do you think is that what you guys are all here for? You know, just read out of the box, or you don't want the Marco Polo update. You don't want, you don't want to know, whether or not Jake
stay hard
last night. That's not what you're here for.
Apparently not.
Just checking. Yes, indeed. There is breaking news this afternoon on the Pac-12 TV deal. A new partner has emerged for the Pac-12, and it is NBC Universal. We are told today by sources in the TV industry that NBC Universal has gotten much more involved with the Pac-12 and re-engaged on trying to find an agreement that works for everybody. And one of the things that I think really stands out about this situation is NBC Universal has everything to offer that the Pac-12 needs. You have a major network in NBC, although from what our sources are telling us, primarily Pac-12 athletics would be found on on USA Network, with a couple of events a year on big NBC on the Peacock, depending on schedule, depending on Notre Dame football, which is a big variable. They also are going to have Big Ten, don't forget, and Big Ten After Dark, so they're going to have that late game window. But also this gives you the streaming component at Peacock, and it makes, to me anyways, it makes a lot of sense. It is a natural fit. It gives you 3 tiers of broadcasting. It gives you a major network. It gives you streaming. It gives you online. It gives you app. It gives you everything that you want if you are the Pac-12. Now, of course, the biggest question is, it's one partner, and what does that money look like? We do not have details on what numbers are involved or what the revenue would look like, but you would have to believe that it would be more than the $9 million that ESPN, as we have told you on the show, is offering per school per year. You would have to believe it to be more than that. And the bigger question, I guess, Jake, is does this feel like a deal that gets you closer to the $30 million that the Big 12 has?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ready to say that yet either. I mean, I don't think that we can say one way or the other what the numbers are going to be because we just don't have that information. But what I do think it is a fresh opportunity, a fresh lifeline, if you will, a fresh friend to try to do business with. And I think the Pac-12 desperately needed that. And I think that this concept of ESPN only offering $9 million per school per year is pretty rough, and you look at NBC and they have, there's obviously no shortage of programming they have on their network. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to sit here and overreact and say, hey, this is going to, launch the Pac-12 into the mid-30s or something. I don't know that to be true. It very well could, but I don't know. And I think the biggest win right now today is just that there's a new conversation started. And I think, for the Pac-12, this is obviously a big deal. I mean, it very much felt like the last couple of days even that ESPN was, kind of scheming and pining for the Pac-12 to kind of dissolve and have all these schools kind of grow into one bigger conference and what would be a big, 16 or something or whatever that would look like. But again, I just think that NBC coming in and showing some more interest and trying to see if there's a deal to work out obviously is good news. And again, I'm just going to keep saying every time we get a piece of fresh news that, on the Pac-12 and NBC and really the Pac-12's TV deal, that's a good thing. But if a TV deal inevitably doesn't get done or you do one that's subpar, I don't care what the network is, George isn't getting let off the hook for that. And I think that's the crucial part if you're George Kliavkoff.
What do you mean not getting let off the hook for that?
You have this responsibility. Like, if whether it's NBC or ESPN, if both of them are offering $9 million, who really cares? I mean, who cares what the network is if you're not getting enough money to be productive with. And that's what I think, that's the word that I would use. Like obviously some other conferences are thriving at $75-100 million a year numbers, but I'm just telling you, like, the reason I don't want to overreact on this NBC thing is because if it's only, $20 million a year, that's pretty rough. You know what I mean? Like, now that would be major network TV. That would be, mainstream. Obviously, I don't think streaming would be a big component of this outside of Peacock. Like, there are options here, but I'm just telling you, like, it does no good if you get a fresh partner and it's low money. That's what I think the thing is.
And see, I would disagree with that a little bit. I think if it's $9 million a year, I'd take ESPN over NBC. But I think the other part of this conversation, as Jake was alluding to, is that, ESPN and NBC seem to have this acrimonious relationship right now where, I have heard now from multiple people that I've spoken to about the relationship with ESPN and the Pac-12 that ESPN has no problem letting the Pac-12 sink, that ESPN benefits from the Pac-12 going away and schools leaving the Pac-12 and going to the Big 12, because a lot of people were shocked by the agreement that ESPN made with the Big 12, that there is this pro rata agreement where ESPN will pay equal money for Power 5 schools to join the Big 12. A lot of people were surprised by that. But I think it speaks to the angst, again, the word is acrimony, the heat, the friction between George Kliavkoff and his television partners. And when you're screwing around with ESPN, you're playing roulette. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to win if you're ESPN, because you have the leverage. ESPN does not need the Pac-12. But that's why this NBC Universal situation is so significant, because this is the lifeline, the Hail Mary. This is really good news for the Pac-12 if they can make a deal that, usurps the deal that ESPN had offered. And as we found out the other day, it's $9 million. And it's been $9 million, and that number has not changed. And that has forced George Kliavkoff to do one other thing that he didn't want to do, that the NBC Universal deal cures. It made George Kliavkoff go out and find 2 or 3 distribution partners. What NBC Universal offers is one home for Pac-12 athletics. And that may be on the Peacock app. That might be on NBC. That is likely, the bulk of this programming is likely to air on USA Network. But what this does is this puts Pac-12 athletics, basketball and football mainly, on everybody's phone. That's what a deal with NBC Universal looks like. Because not only is Peacock available on every smartphone, it's available on every TV, but it's available on DirecTV. It's available on Comcast. It's available on every, essentially anywhere you watch TV. If you're a YouTube TV guy, you get USA Network and you get NBC. So anywhere you are on any device, Pac-12 athletics would be available. It makes a lot of sense for the Pac-12 and for NBC to be doing a deal together, Jake. I think it makes all the sense in the world. My question is, how broken is the relationship with ESPN?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's no doubting that, just from a product standpoint, you'd rather be on ESPN than NBC,
yes, in
my opinion. But I think that, look, ultimately, it's about the money. I mean, again, yes, it's great. If you have one home and NBC, that, like the one home thing with NBC, yes, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. It's an advantage for sure. But again, I just think we need to be, until we know the number, what really are we talking about? You know what I mean? Like, that's my only hesitation here. I agree. One home is a huge advantage. I think ESPN didn't offer you that, and that's obviously a big factor in the whole conversation. But look, I just think that the Pac-12, their presidents can sit around and do these interviews and tell everybody, hey, like, we're not worried about time, and we're not worried about, the idea that this has taken entirely too long because we would have just started negotiating now. But my main point here is that you need to get a deal done sooner rather than later. Like, this whole arbitrary deadline that yes, President Robbins said of April 15th clearly is not going to be met. And my question is, is we know that President Cossé at Washington and some other presidents in the conference are not huge fans of streaming. So if NBC is going to come in and their offer is going to be highly, a lot, like let's say 55, 60% stream, and 40% TV, I don't know that kind of deal gets done either. I think it would have to be a thing where NBC was willing to fill up their networks with Pac-12 content each weekend. And I think, for me, like if you can get them to do that, then yeah, I'd take that deal. But I don't know. It's kind of stuck in my craw, this amount of money. I'm curious when we'll find that out, because again, if you can just get, 25 per school per year from NBC, then I would do that. Like 100%. I would be done with this thing and moved on.
Here's the issue, though. One other component of this that a guy I talked to quite a bit in TV is telling me about or mentioning to me is, let's not forget that the Pac-12 owes Comcast significant money on overpayment. This also makes Comcast, because who owns NBC Universal? Comcast does. This also makes Comcast whole. And I think that's why when you already have a relationship, to me, this makes a lot of sense to me. I think this is the bailout, because Comcast is in line. If the Pac-12 networks go away, or if you're looking at a situation where that somehow, some way, the Pac-12 is not able to pay Comcast, and if you don't know the story, the Pac-12 owes Comcast money because Comcast overpaid. And after an audit, the Pac-12 knew that and continued to allow Comcast to overpay. So they owe Comcast quite a bit of money. And the relationship that's in place there is Comcast pays the Pac-12 for Pac-12 networks, for that the right to carry Pac-12 networks across its cable companies. That's how these overpayments happen. But Comcast has to worry about not getting whole from the Pac-12. So it makes a lot of sense to have NBC come in and be a business partner with the Pac-12, because Comcast owns that. So to me, it makes a lot of sense for Comcast to shore up its flanks and the money that is owed to them by the Pac-12. Now, the obvious inference here is, and this is speculation. Nobody is telling me this, but the question that you have to ask yourself is, how much damage financially will be done in the near term of a deal for the Pac-12 if part of this deal requires repayment to Comcast of those overpayments and those overpayment dollars? And is it a situation, because we've heard repeatedly since that story broke, that, hey, maybe Comcast just doesn't have to cut a check to the Pac-12 networks for carriage fees? Is that something that gets worked out in the fine print if a new deal is done? I don't know. There is a lot of work to do, and I know there is a long way to go before NBC Universal and the Pac-12 make a deal. But it seems like what ails the Pac-12, it's all cured by a deal with NBC Universal. Yeah, it really is. Again, not to be redundant, it fixes your problem with Comcast. It fixes your problem with multiple, carriers, having your programming. It makes a lot of sense. But I still maintain, if you are going to take less money from NBC than you were going to take from ESPN, I don't see how that works. Now, the one thing I can assure you is, and I'll share an interesting story. So, and I told you on the show yesterday, we have reached out to every conference president. We have emailed directly, not to like media relations or communications. We emailed every conference president in the Pac-12 directly. Some we've had email exchanges with, some we have not. But it was interesting, one particular conference president who wields an awful lot of power in the Pac-12. One of their media people called us back this morning, and it was not pleasant. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. They tried to get into our ass a little bit about emailing a president, and it just goes to show you, and the reason I bring this up, it goes to show you how much stress is on this conference about this TV deal right now. And I think one of the biggest questions about this upcoming deal, how secure is George Kliavkoff amongst his membership? If the big cock is not secure, And if he is in, call it what you want, on the hot seat, whatever. If Kliavkoff is on the hot seat and he is not secure, I wonder what his messaging will be on this NBC Universal thing. Because there is also another meeting that's supposed to happen next week between Kliavkoff and the presidents, the executive council. Well, I'm not saying that. But it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that meeting, because I think this is a monumental space and time for the survival of the conference. And I'm not trying to be grandiose or over the top. I am telling you now, this is the definition of an existential crisis, a crisis of existence. That's what the Pac-12 is looking at, because if the conference loses just a member or two members, it's over. You are significantly crippled.
Yeah.
And I don't know, frankly, where Oregon and Washington end up. I mean, I hear every day, and every time I feel like I talk to somebody, I'm hearing every day about, this or that. I think that is the most fascinating angle to this whole thing.
Yeah.
How committed to the conference is Phil Knight at Oregon? Because it is Phil Knight at Oregon.
I think generally speaking, people are only as committed as they are benefited.
Well,
I mean, I think, Phil Knight, obviously, Nike, obviously, business tycoon. I mean, hey, how much does it benefit me, right? But at the same time, I think that, this situation where, you look at what you were just saying about Kliavkoff, right? Like, hey, like he's going to meet with the presidents and meet with everybody. And how does that conversation work? How does that conversation go? Well, I don't know. NBC, how much are you willing to pay me? But I do think that this point about the fact that Comcast owns all this and you're potentially getting into, or not potentially, you would be getting into a repayment situation where you're not getting paid anything because that money's staying with them, essentially, right? I think that's dangerous territory. And furthermore, I mean, generally speaking, it's just uncharted water. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm naive. Or I just haven't ever heard of a TV deal getting sort of panned out that way, where the first, I have to imagine for the conference sake, you would just knock all the repayment out in the first year. So then that way, every other year you were getting paid. But like, it's just kind of a crazy time. Like, I don't know how I guess my point is, I don't know like what that would look like if you would go 1 year, if you would spread the butter out over the toast over several years.
See what he did there.
See what I did there.
The toast.
See what I did there.
I think the biggest issue is that, as it was explained to me, NBC and Peacock are a completely different business unit than Comcast. So you're looking at doing business with different entities under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to pay, or if NBC's not going to pay you, that doesn't mean that money goes to the bottom line at Comcast. That's the issue. And this is the Disney ESPN thing. ESPN right now is wildly profitable. Disney's having layoffs because they're struggling financially. So if the mothership is struggling, all of its subsidiaries are struggling, and Comcast is the mothership. So I think this is a very complicated thing, and I will be very interested to see how all of this plays out, because frankly, the Pac-12's out of time. I mean, their TV deal runs for about another year and 2 months, and that's it. And then you don't have a TV deal. And I think this impacts everything from recruiting to ad dollars, sponsorship, your ability to drive revenue with corporate sponsors at the university level for sports. I think all of that. It all is being impacted because you're not just doing business 1 year at a time.
Right.
When you are Oregon football or Utah football, you're signing corporate sponsors for years at a time. You're recruiting in college football, you're recruiting for years at a time. And if mom doesn't think she can see Junior on the TV, she's not going to be in favor of that. And Junior certainly wants to be seen on TV, so they're not coming to Utah or Oregon.
Yeah.
That, to me, is what's being impacted in the conference right now. And the question is, how much more time does Kliavkoff need to get this deal done? I think that is a huge, huge question in the Pac-12 right now. But if you're just tuning in, I see a lot of you coming on board. Our sources told us this afternoon, minutes before we went to air, that Comcast via NBC Universal is re-engaged with the Pac-12 on a deal that would primarily have Pac-12 athletics on USA Network, with the availability to have premier events, I was told, quote, a couple of times per season,
right,
on NBC. And most people believe that those would be early window football games on weeks that, and it would have to be weeks where Notre Dame is on the road. Primarily, that's the only way that's going to fit, because you also have to remember that NBC is going to be home to that late window, Big Ten after dark, if you will.
Yeah.
That they're going to air those. Imagine USC and Michigan at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. That's going to air on NBC.
Man,
so,
can you imagine that?
Well, that is what we're looking at.
Yeah.
And so I think you will have a game or two a year on NBC. You will, according to our sources, in this deal that's being talked about between NBC Universal and the Pac-12, you'll have a game a week on Peacock, their streaming app service, and primarily athletics will be on USA Network. And if you know USA Network at all, you know that they already do things from golf to Premier League soccer, so sports is not new on USA. And USA primarily at this point serves as a republishing house, which is that they air higher end, higher tier programming, the SVUs of the world, the Chicago PDs of the world, and now sports. So it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this plays out. But I think this is absolutely a good day for the Pac-12. If this in fact gets done, I think there is no doubt that this is a good thing for the Pac-12.
Yeah, and I think it's something to be excited about for sure. I think, so to the point of, the several points we've been talking about here, it really kind of feels like this all comes down to the fine print as usual. Like,
yes.
This, I almost feel like I don't even really care if they're on USA or if they're on Peacock or whatever. Really, what I care about at this point is this whole repayment to Comcast, and because you're right,
a huge angle.
It's a NBC and everybody. It's like you said. It's just like ESPN umbrella. Like, we get it. It's multiple. It's mothership and then multiple entities under that. But
if you owe ESPN money, right? You're not going to Disneyland and saying, "Hey, I have a check for ESPN." It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Right? Like, those are all different businesses, and Comcast, again, is the big one. So we'll see how all that works out.
But I'm just curious if Comcast, having owned NBC, is in a place where they would not, are they in a place where they would not allow a deal, or if a deal is going to get done?
Oh, no, I think it certainly is. I think
mean?
It's just the opposite. I think it is certainly in Comcast's favor to be in business with the Pac-12 and make sure that the Pac-12 makes money and make sure that the Pac-12 has revenue so they can get made whole on something, frankly, that the two partners share responsibility for, because you're making estimated payments and somebody at Comcast doesn't know how to do math.
Yeah, and that's a good point. It's not all in the Pac-12, but
And frankly, the Pac-12 did a forensic audit Larry Scott thinking he was getting underpaid. Turned out he was getting overpaid, and nobody said anything about it.
Yeah.
Which is why we're in this hole that we're in. All right, before we get to your comments, don't forget that Bucked Up is the official energy drink of the Monty Show. You guys, we are in the last day of March. We need a big push from you guys to get free samples from Bucked Up. We are really close. You get 3 free samples and the free shaker cup that I tell you about every day on the show. It is the best shaker cup I've ever owned. And I tell you every day, it's because your balls are attached.
Right. Yeah.
That's really the big thing. And this is full of water now, but your blender balls are attached to the shaft.
If you felt these balls,
the balls in the shaft in your balls.
Right.
Anyway,
right. It's a play on words.
They don't wind up in the garbage disposal like mine did in the dishwasher or on the floor, and they're giving it to you free. Make sure that you get to the description on this show below.
Yeah.
There's a link that says free Bucked Up samples. You get 3 free samples. If you're a gym guy, the pre-workout, the BCAAs, man, the racked BCAAs from Bucked Up, they're called racked. The grape is the best. It's got carnitine in it. You're going to burn fat better. Like, it's unbelievable. Get the BCAAs, get the hydration, get the electrolytes. But you absolutely got to try Bucked Up's pre-workout because it is the best pre-workout in the business, the industry standard, without question. It's why they just signed Callum Von Moger. The legendary Callum Von Moger is now a spokesperson for Bucked Up. It's where you want to be. Don't take my word for it. Get the free samples in the description below. Let's get like 30, 40, 50 of those done today. Set records. We are close to setting records at Bucked Up, you guys. Let's go. And we should shoot for 50 of them. Let's shoot for 50 free samples today. How many are watching us? 344 people are watching us right now. If half of you just go and get the Bucked Up free samples below, in the description, click the link that says free samples. If just half of you do that, it's over.
Yeah.
We're done. Bucked Up, one of our best partners. Go hook it up. First thing you do is hit the like button. Second thing you do is go click the free Bucked Up samples. Okay, without further ado,
let's get into the comments.
Let's get
section.
your comments going. This should be fun. This should be fun. All right, who's first in? A member, as always, David Sebesta. Tomorrow being April Fool's Day, I'll take this with a pound of salt. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's April Fool's Day. I cannot stand April Fools. I can't stand it. Jason, also a member of the show. As long as Deion is at Colorado, people will tune into that game. Deion should be involved in negotiations for the PAC.
I don't know that I'm willing to go that far. I think I don't.
Can we let him win a game first? Seriously. Well, the hype around Prime, I get it. Can we let him win a game first? He has not coached a single Division I football game. And he's being anointed as the negotiator for the Pac-12 now. Come on. We got to do better than that. Tumasta says, well, I guess Canzano's domino finally fell. Took long enough. Yeah, I don't know. Durhee says, is this like the Lon rumor, not real?
Ion.
Oh, Ion rumor. Ion. I don't know. The Ion rumor, we went to the source at Ion. So I don't know who started the Ion rumor, but it is what it is. Day Old Donuts. I think this is really awesome if it gives exposure. I mean, to me, the money shouldn't matter as much right now. If it's all going to be lowball offers, take whoever gives you the most exposure and reach. Whoever puts you in front of the most people.
Look, I think, again, this is a really important point. We should not be sitting here assuming that it's a lowball offer from NBC.
I don't think so.
My point on the money is just that, hey, if it is a lowball offer, then yeah, it's about exposure. But I'm not sitting here saying it's going to be. I really do believe that you guys need to be open to the idea that they may get a good number. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what a good number would be, what that would be, because we don't have that information yet. But again, if they rolled out with 25 a year, I would not be surprised. I mean, this is a new, fresh conversation.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I don't know. San Diego State Aztecs, who's about to have the biggest weekend of his life, Glenn, says Scuttlebutt is PAC is talking to TNT. Monty, put your sources on that if you haven't already. We have not heard that one time. I don't know who the source of that is.
That is Ion.
Yeah, I don't know. I have not heard that. And I'm not saying that it's not true. I mean, I don't have every source in the world. I don't know anybody at Turner. So, look, man, that's cool. Just as we said yesterday on the show, the Discovery networks have reach. But if you're at Discovery, you're on like 10 different channels, which is a real problem for the Pac-12 because then you never know where to find them.
Yeah.
What's up, J-Rod? First one in today. There is plenty of toast for all of the butter. How did the big date go, Jake? Is your Marco Polo game still strong?
I'm so bricked up right now.
Okay.
It went well.
Greg Hawkins says, happy Friday, casuals. Hello. Good to see you. Two Masters says, NBC gets them on the cheap if they cancel the Comcast debt. Well, I think that's one of the more fascinating parts of this.
Yes.
I truly do. I truly do. Blake 50785 says PAC at a premium, perhaps. I don't know what the premium would be. Provo Cougar fan says, so Arizona is worth $9 million in the Pac-10, but $23 million in the Big 12. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't really understand that point.
Lopes fan Gabe, do people actually use Peacock? I do not. But one thing's very clear, though, Gabe, is that if you put major college athletics on there, so anybody but Arizona. Okay, I'll stop. Might not be an Arizona fan. But if you put Deion Sanders on Peacock only, people will download the app. People will use it.
They will.
So, but I think you're exactly right, Gabe. I don't use it, and I'm a Premier League fan, and no, I don't use it. Greg Hawkins says that this is much better news than we've been hearing so far.
Yeah,
Greg,
I agree.
I think this is one of the rare times where we can say, man, this is a good day for the Pac-10, Pac-12. If they get a deal done, I think this is a very good day. I truly do. Make sure you guys hit the like button as we hear from Avery Cope. NBC will want the Notre Dame road games on the Pac-12 and Oregon-Washington primetime games. Definitely not a weekly game, though. It will not, and that's as we explained, there will not be a game every week on NBC.
No, it's not possible, dude. And it's not wanted.
Exactly. It's not wanted because let's also not forget, and this is a problem at ESPN, too. ESPN's priority is not the Pac-12, it's the NBA.
Yeah.
With the NBA coming, we have heard everybody across the board is trying to get NBA games. So NBC, ESPN, ABC, and CBS have all said they would like to have NBA games.
I want it.
ESPN, from what I understand, ESPN and ABC have crushed it for the NBA. The NBA is very happy with what they're getting. They want another day of the week. They want another, right now, what is it? I guess Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
They want another.
Sunday.
They want another, because you're getting weekend games depending on the weekend. And they want another day. They want another provider. I would guess it'd have to be a different provider.
Yeah.
But I also think this is why ESPN and ABC have been so frugal with their football rights and the Pac-12 because they don't need it. And I think they know that it's going to cost them an uptick to get NBA games, to re-up that. So it'll be interesting to see. Matt Ritson, how the heck are you? So NBC kick out Notre Dame football? Not at all. Not at all.
No,
I think Notre Dame is the priority at NBC.
I think your best point so far is this concept that Comcast is incentivized to see the Pac-12 do well and ESPN is not. And I think that that it makes, like, just from a traditional business sense, if we take a step back from TV land and everything and we just think about this, like, if someone owes you debt and they're struggling to make money to pay that debt, it incentivizes you as the debtor to see them make money so you get your money back. And I think Comcast, yes, is the parent company, but you can't tell me that Comcast isn't at least in the room. They may not be commenting, but you can't tell me they don't have someone in these negotiations.
Absolutely, they do.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind about that. Dale Donut says Klyavkov has got a Peacock.
So see what he did there? That's like a penis reference, but also Peacock, the network reference.
Very phallic.
Do you
see
what I mean?
Very phallic.
Hiscock.
Very phallic. I like it. See, Kaufman, what's up, my guy? But NBC is also wanting in on the NBA. They are, for sure. There's no doubt about that.
That's the balance at play.
No doubt. Salty Drunk, what's up, guys? Happy Friday.
What's up, dude?
Did you take my advice? Did you take my advice on the Celtics?
Yeah, our advice was really good last night.
Did I? We were 2-0. Hey, man. Hey, yo, this guy right here. Salty. I mean, I made you money. Hell, you ain't bought me beer with it. That's right. Monty's big bet last night was absolutely Celtics to win outright and go over.
What an ass kicking.
They won by 41.
Dude, what an ass kicking.
They won by 41. Main event, how the heck are you, my guy? He's a member of the show. The Pac-12 has to take the low-hanging fruit in order to stay relevant. It's sad. What it is absolutely disappointing. And, one of the things we've talked about a lot on this show is I don't believe that you can just keep hanging all of this on Larry Scott now. I think that's the easy route to go, and it's Larry's fault. He was an imbecile. He was incompetent. Okay, cool. George Klyavkov ain't exactly, lighting anybody's fire.
Well, and I think now there's no getting away from you have opportunities. Now I can say, hey, you have opportunities.
Yeah, I would agree. I would absolutely agree that you have opportunities. Let's see. Christopher Shannon. NBC production sucks. It might well. Execution. I don't disagree with that. Greg Hawkins says, I'm actively losing IQ reading this chat. Kyle J says, same, Greg. Dale Donuts says, no IQs allowed in the chat, Greg. Apparently.
Hey, look here, man.
And everybody complaining, we read our member comments first. If you'd like us to read your comments with priority, you can do one of two things. You can tip us. We read all of the tips first. Or you can join our membership. It's as little as $1.99. You join for $9.99. You get into our Instagram members only, where all kinds of breaking news is first. Although today I didn't have time because this came over like as the show was about to start.
Yeah.
Maury Alvarez, our favorite Floridian, says bucked up balls are attached to a pole, but Kliavkock may not be attached to the Pac-12's pole. I mean, it's a circle of life, my man.
Yeah.
It's a circle of life. Absolutely. Ty Duke. What's up, Ty Duke? Money will tell if this is a good deal or not. Still waiting. I think that could be true. Christopher Shannon says Dion on TV media negotiations. No.
Listen, if I'm the Pac-12, I will say that Dion is not involved, but I will say that I would be using him as a tool in conversation. I would be saying things like, hey, we still have some value here. We don't have SC. I get that. I understand that we don't have LA right now, but we still have Oregon and Washington. We still have Prime at Colorado. By the way, we still have Utah, even though nationally I think Utah is looked at as kind of an oddball place or whatever, or small market or whatever, dumbass label you want to put on it. Like, Utah is still valuable. They're your two-time defending conference champions. Like, that's important to understand. So, like I said, I'm not the guy sitting here saying that Dion should be in the room or something. He has not even come close to earning that, but I do think that he is absolutely an asset.
Oh, I think that's exactly the word. Deion Sanders is an asset. If he comes out and he's serviceable this year and they contend next year, a year from now, the first year of the new TV deal, if Colorado is pushing for 8, 9, 10 wins in year 2 of Prime, he's going to be really dangerous. And the question, then we'll all start asking questions, how long before he gets a new job? But I'm telling you, he's doing it the right way.
Colorado.
There is no doubt about that. He's doing it the right way. Matt Ritson gives us $5 to say, so Pac-12, if they get a deal with NBC, might be on NBC Sports, California, Bay Area, Philadelphia, Chicago, Washington. you know.
Oh, that's well done, bro. That is so well done, dude.
We have not had a hater comment like that in a long time.
That's my guy right there, bro.
And the execution might NBC, California, Bay Area, Philly, Chicago, Washington. That's exactly right. What's up? Robert Moffett says, happy Friday, gents. What's up with you? Two Masters says, Papa Murphy's, Peacock, and chill, I guess. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is there anybody in the chat? Is there anybody watching this fine program right now that uses Peacock?
Not I.
Because I do not. And maybe that's why you do this deal if you're NBC Universal, because you need a push. And by the way, the other thing I forgot to mention earlier is we were told this week that the streaming is make or break. I think that the old heads in the Pac-12, because you have a lot of presidents, with all due respect, you have a lot of presidents from President Kosei up at Washington all the way down to, Mr. Crow at Arizona State. You have a lot of presidents that are aged.
Yeah,
they are not young
their
folks.
Email, though.
Right? When they know how to read their email.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Man, dude, it was like 10 minutes to 8, and I got this dude on my phone just dropping F-bombs and...
I will give you credit.
All for emailing a president in the Pac-12.
Buddy tried to come in your kitchen hot, and you dispatched him. You said, hey, unlike that bucked up blunderball, your ass is going down the drain. And
yeah, I'm not that dude. That was an uncomfortable conversation.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable. Maury Alvarez says Peacock for WWE. By the way, WrestleMania is this weekend. Is WWE on Peacock? I don't watch wrestling currently.
Why?
I only watch. No, I'm not playing your game. I'm not. Ahmad. I knew it. I was trying to find a way to not trigger that drop, and I almost knew that it wasn't going to happen. Ahmad El Mabashir. Ahmad El.
Look at you.
Ahmad. How about just Ahmad? Nope.
Who the f*** is that guy?
Joshua Mose. What's up, Josh? I watched The Office on Peacock. Oh, The Office is good. The Office is good. Look at all the people watching Peacock. Brent Burnett makes a great point. Hey, come on, casuals. We've had 1,000 views already. Make sure you hit the like button, please. Helps the channel grow. C. Kaufman, I do for IMSA races. I'm actually a big fan.
Dude.
WeatherTech? Yeah, I'm a big
dude.
fan. I'm a big fan. Avery Cope says, I did a trial during the Olympics.
And what did you think? I mean, was it? I mean, did you just do the trial and that was it?
Patrick Bourne says, I have used the free Peacock before. No, the Robert Kraft Peacock or just the Yeah, what do you guys think of Peacock?
Make sure you check the box, my guy.
Truck Stop Gumby. The only Peacock I use is my own.
Hiscock.
See, he used these.
Hiscock. I need a dick.
We have a new one of those today, by the way. We have a new one. Darren Ingram, my guy. Monday, Darren Ingram's going to become a very big part of this show. Because Darren Ingram works at Canyons Golf, the official golf course of the Monty Show. By the way, we have golf on in the background.
The Valero Open.
The Valero Open is on in the background. Darren says they have some exclusive events they stream.
Such as in like?
I have to believe golf is part of that. I actually like golf on NBC. So, M says, yes, I have it. Watch it all the time. T-Duck says, I've never heard of Peacock.
See, that's the point.
I use Peacock, Notre Dame Premier League, every episode of CPD and SVU. Well, Brandon Butler.
See, it's worth it just for Chicago PD alone,
it is,
dude.
But I'm the guy that has every. You guys want to know how much of a loser I am? By the way, the newest episode of Chicago PD.
Stay hard.
Straight cash.
Stay hard.
You know the reason I haven't cut the cord on DirecTV yet? I have every episode of Chicago PD in my DVR. Every single one.
Okay, let me ask this for the comment section. How much are you guys paying for Peacock on a monthly basis? What is the cost? Because we picked up the MLB app for the studio, and that's $25 a month.
Yeah, what's the value of the cock?
Look here, man.
I'm a child. What do you eat?
Hiscock.
Did you come here expecting something else?
Hiscock.
Are you kidding me? Talking with Raphael podcast. Raphael, good to see you, buddy. Says I use it. I have the hardest time just to watch the Premier League games. Ooh, that's a bummer. The greatest rancher in the history of the Great American West. Ken Williams, what's up, my guy?
Ken?
Good to see you. Plenty of toast for all the butter says I don't have enough butter for all the things like the Peacock app.
It is what it is.
That's what I'm saying. Ruff's official. You're saying Dion could be getting offers. He has coached high school and community college. Let's wait a bit, huh? Well, but the problem is that we've turned into this sports society where we want instant gratification. And there's no doubt he's making Colorado money.
Ruffs, it is so on point for you to call an HBCU a community college. Way to stay on brand.
I didn't want to get into it.
Way to stay on brand.
See, you fell for it.
Next comment.
You fell for it.
Next comment.
Okay. Patrick, which, by the way, I should read his name correctly. Big 12 Sports Baylor Football with Patrick Boren. Peacock is streaming. Is NBC also giving them some linear? Yes. If you're just tuning in, let me break it back down for you because I know there's a lot of people getting out the office at this here moment. I'm trying to stall to find the graphic. We have breaking news for you this afternoon exclusively right here on the Monty Show. NBC Universal is talking to the Pac-12 about doing a deal. NBC had been involved very early on. I want to say right after the exclusive period ended with Fox and ESPN.
Yeah.
I want to say like NBC Universal was the first one in and they were out almost instantly.
Hey, guys.
They've re-engaged now, and it actually makes a lot of sense in my opinion. If you look at where NBC is, I don't think anybody doubts they're going to renew with Notre Dame. You look at where they are in their pursuit of the NBA. They already have Sunday Night Football. So the term is shoulder programming. They don't need a lot. They need a sprinkle here and there. Well, how do you get that? Well, what you do is you leverage your other assets. And in this case, it would be USA Network would be the primary home of Pac-12 athletics. And when I say Pac-12 athletics, obviously we're talking football and basketball.
Yeah.
You would get most of your programming on USA Network, but you would get a game or two a season on NBC, and you would get a game a week on Peacock for streaming. So the bottom line here is, and the thing that was pointed out to me today is, the best parts about NBC Universal is it does give some relief to the Comcast debt, number one. And number two, it's an all-in-one solution. So you never have to wonder where the game is. You never have to wonder, hey, where's the Utah game? Where's Dion's game? Where's the Apple Cup? Where is, if it's Pac-12 football or basketball, hey, where's the Territorial Cup? Well, that's on USA Network. Hey, it's Oregon and Utah, game of the year. Hey, that's on NBC. You know where it is, and all you have to do is turn on your phone and go to your stream provider. So like for me, it would be the DirecTV app. I go to the DirecTV app, and I have it right there on my phone because it's NBC, it's USA Network, or it's a Peacock app.
Yes.
It's an all-in-one solution that involves Comcast to help them bridge the financial gap.
Yeah.
As the Pac-12 owes Comcast money for overpayment. I believe it's $50 million.
Yeah.
For overpayment of carriage fees. So it is an all-inclusive solution, but it was also explained to me that there's a voice or two in this league that wants ESPN and ABC. And I totally understand that. Because, again, it's all in one. It's streaming, it's app, it's digital, it's TV.
And it's widely used.
And it's in every bar, which, by the way, again, I know everybody laughs at me when I say this. If you don't have the bar business, I cannot tell you how many Saturday nights I've spent in bars in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
The break and daybreak. I cannot tell you how many Saturday nights Mrs. Monty and I will sit at the break eating tater tots. She loves playing pool or playing dots.
Dude.
The bar in Mammoth, just sitting there watching Pac-12 football.
The bar in Lake Tahoe.
The bar in Hawaii.
I
mean, it's a big part of the conversation, and I know a lot of people want to bucket that and say that it's too simplistic or we don't know what we're talking about. Hey, that's fine. But I'm telling you, that's one of the major wins if you are the Pac-12, because NBC gets you into the bar business.
Yeah.
NBC Universal, USA Network gets you into the bar business. So it's a big deal. It is a big deal.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I also think, and I see all the comments saying, hey, the Big 12 doesn't have to worry about this. At this point, it's not about competing with the Big 12. Those days are over now. I don't think the most ardent Pac-12 supporter would not roll in here and say, oh, yeah, we're trying to compete with the Big 12. You're not. You're not. And I think you just need to own that. Greg Hawkins, Peacock or literally anything would be better than the Pac-12 network. Seriously. Bob Holsey, what's up, Bob? Good to see you. NBC can come in like heroes and still lowball the Pac to help their bottom line.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I think that's a big part of this. I truly think that this overpayment debt is a big part of what you are seeing, in what you are trying. What's the right word? Trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a lot of free cash sitting around, so you've got to find a way to repay this debt. And every member's got a piece of that.
Got to pay it through cash flow. That's the only way that you can pay this.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Let's see. Who else? M says, I believe that NBC Universal wants to grow USA Network with more sports. I think they do a very nice job with the Premier League. I'm a huge Chelsea Football Club fan, and I watch a ton of it on USA Network. So, yeah, I would agree with that. Let's see. Rick Olson says, I do the same here in Portland. Go to the bar to watch Pac games. Yeah. Absolutely right. Bill Foley, a member of the program, says, call me cynical, but cannot see NBC overbidding for the rights. Would be nice for the Pac-12 if it was real. They're not going to overbid.
But here's the thing. They don't need to overbid.
No.
It's not. Understand the situation. They're not competing with ESPN because ESPN's already put their number out and they're like, hey, take it or leave it. It is what it is. Like, this isn't some bidding war. That's not what this is. This is, hey, Comcast needs to get paid. They understand to get paid, they got to help the Pac-12. The Pac-12 is in dire straits and needs a TV deal. Everybody wins. And I think that's ultimately what the solution or the solution that the Pac-12 has been searching for. And I think, I don't know, to be honest, like one of the thoughts that goes to my head is why now? What is the reasoning? What is the solution or like what is the motivation rather for NBC? But clearly there's a reason why now. But either way, I just think that this deal, it does make sense and there's no getting away from that. And I've always been a big believer, hey, if it makes sense and everyone wins, it's going to get done.
Yeah, and I think the other thing you got to remember here is, the best analogy I can come up with is a storm. Like the Pac-12 has been living in a storm. And this is that moment where you can finally see the end, and all of a sudden this rainbow sprouts up. Now, do you believe in pots of gold? Maybe NBC Universal is that actual pot of gold at the bottom of the rainbow. I don't know. But what I do know is this is the first good news I remember at all in the Pac-12 TV deal.
Facts.
Since it started, this is the first time I can say, wow, this is great news for the Pac-12.
Facts.
This is the first deal. And again, we don't have numbers. Nobody's told us what this or that. I have no idea what the numbers are. But just the idea of it and the build that we've heard with the majority of the programming on USA Network, with the access to a couple of games a year on NBC, that's massive reach.
Yeah.
That's every cable company, right? You're not worried about carriage fees. It's NBC, right? That's a huge win. And you get streaming on the Peacock app. That's a huge win, man. And it kind of gives you even if it's just a Band-Aid for this Comcast debt.
Yes.
It's this solution. And I think the other thing that you have to remember is that you have this situation at ESPN that we reported yesterday, exclusively here on the Monty Show, where ESPN is quote unquote nowhere with the Pac-12. They do not currently have an offer on the table from either side. They have not spoken in a number of weeks. And it has been more and more, and now from a louder bunch that says ESPN would be just fine if the Pac-12 failed altogether.
Yeah.
And while I don't believe that ESPN is working behind the scenes to damage or try and make the Pac-12 fail,
yeah,
I agree 100%. The incentive to keep the Pac-12 around if you're ESPN is very low.
Yeah.
What's the win for ESPN if the Pac-12 remains? Oh, you're going to pay them $9 million. You're going to get programming. Okay, great. But what if the Pac-12 fails? And let's just say a minimum 4 teams end up in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Well, who's got the rights to Big 12 football? Primarily ESPN and ABC. So now you just added 4 P5 schools to your portfolio. By the way, do you think Fox is rooting against that? They're not, because Arizona basketball is a big get for them, right? You look at the way that the Pac-12 is been operating. Like, this is a win all the way around for ESPN if the Pac-12 fails. This is a win all the way around for Fox if the Pac-12 fails.
Yeah.
Why do you think they went? ESPN, as we reported on this show, ESPN and Fox strongly suggested to the Pac-12 and the Big 12 that they merge. And the Pac-12 said no. Why do you think it was so easy for the Big 12 to get a deal? Because I think ESPN understands that their butter is spread on Big 12 bread. Come on, man. Come on now.
I mean,
come on.
That was really.
Can I get some love on that?
That was really well done, dude. Like, that was. I mean, I'm impressed. Honestly, like, I'm impressed with that one.
But I don't know that they want the Pac-12 to fail at ESPN. I just think they're indifferent to it. Pac-12 goes away, is what it is.
Yeah, what matters is they're not passionate about it surviving. It just
I
is
would agree
what
with
it
that.
is.
I would absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
And I think it's just where the Pac-12 is right now.
Yeah.
That's what I think. You know, like it's hard to imagine. It is hard to imagine that the Pac-12 finds a way out of this in a path to thriving and growing. NBC Universal offers that. They absolutely offer that. So
we'll see.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. The Great Dane. Dude, where you been? I don't want to bail out the Pac-10. Utah needs to be in the Big 12. Holy war. I'd love to see it. David Sebesta, ESPN risks the wrath of state attorney generals and politicians. Not a good move. What wrath?
Yeah, what wrath would that be?
I mean, again, I don't believe, and I have not heard that ESPN is actively working behind the scenes to torpedo the Pac-12. But they're also not actively working behind the scenes to rescue it.
Yeah.
Because it is frankly, and again, this is just my opinion, it is in the Pac-12's best interest to do business with ESPN. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
If the Pac-12 wants absolute biggest reach, ESPN has to be involved. But it is not in ESPN's best interest to do business with the Pac-12. You lost your two biggest brands, right? You know that you now have competition in that, Pac-12 after dark window at NBC with the Big Ten. And you know that if the Pac-12 fails, there's a good chunk of teams in that conference that are going to go to the Big 12.
Yeah.
And if they get Gonzaga, come on.
Gonzaga.
It makes sense that the Pac-12 would want that to happen. That ESPN would want that to happen to the Pac-12.
Mm-hmm.
That makes all the sense in the world. CKS, what's up? Thought from the start, both Fox and ESPN wanted the Pac-12 to fold. I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that really got ratcheted up after the PAC refused to merge.
Yep. Ad sales and Peruvian food. ADD sales and Peruvian food. Okay. Would Utah go independent if there was no invite to the Big 12 if the PAC crumbled? The Big 12 would absolutely invite Utah.
Yeah.
There's just not a I don't see a scenario where they do not. Utah is, I agree. The word is value.
Yeah.
It's always, you're in sales, man. There's a value proposition. And if you're the Big 12, the value proposition at Utah is significant. Absolutely, it is significant. There is no doubt about that. All right.
Woo!
Hour number 1 in the books. Let's keep rolling with this breaking news out of the Pac-12 TV situation. NBC Universal is talking to the Pac-12 about a TV deal. And I think this is exactly what they needed.
Yes.
Make sure you hit the like button right now, all 381 of you watching the show. And when you order your Papa Murphy's Pizza tonight, use the promo code Monty25 to get 25% off your purchase of $25 or more at Papa Murphy's Pizza.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the limited time double bacon cheddar pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Mozzarella, crispy bacon, and Canadian bacon with nacho cheddar cheese sauce.
Now that is an expression.
At Papa Murphy's, we make great pizza, so you can make the pizza great.
In my oven.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
By the way, we just had some Papa Murphy's Pizza, and I'm telling you, barbecue sauce. Now, by the way, this girl you're dating, who you are efforting a date with,
right,
came over to the crib last night, and you asked her if she'd ever use barbecue sauce. What did she say?
No, no, no.
So she drives a Honda Civic. That enough should be like, no, I'm out, bro.
Right.
She's never had barbecue sauce on pizza. Failure. I mean, we talked about value propositions 10 minutes ago.
You're casual.
Sorry, man. Traditional crust, barbecue sauce, then pile all that stuff on top of it. I'm telling you right now, man, it's the key to life. Barbecue sauce, traditional crust, and if you add green onion, oh, forget it. Then if you add the herb mix, oh, forget it. Papa Murphy's Pizza. Make sure you get the meatball marinara. Make sure you get the take and bake chocolate chip cookies. Better than sex, my friends. Use the promo code Monty25. I don't believe that's approved script from the, you know. Okay, promo code Monty25 to get 25% off your purchase of $25 or more at Papa Murphy's Pizza. Make sure you tell them you heard about it on the Monty Show, which, as always, is presented by our good friends at The Advocates. UtahAdvocates.com, TheAdvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. And again, I always tell you, you didn't deserve to get into that accident. And the terrible weather most of us have had this winter, You know, if somebody was driving recklessly and they hit you, you didn't deserve that. You were riding your bike like happened a dozen times this winter.
Yes.
We had people who are less fortunate. They're riding their bikes to work. They get hit in a snowstorm by a snowplow. Well, you didn't deserve to get hit on your bicycle, but it happened. And you need somebody who can fight for you and help you get back on your feet, help defer your medical bills, help you focus on getting back to the best version of yourself without asking you for a penny out of your pocket. Is theadvocates.com, where you never pay the advocates until they win your case. In fact, you can chat with an attorney live online, absolutely free at theadvocates.com. Whew.
Yes.
And if you are just tuning in, let's get you caught up on the news. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you guys participating in the show. We would not have a show without you, so thank you for choosing the Monty Show on your Friday afternoon and every day, Monday through Friday, 3 o'clock Mountain Time, 5 o'clock Eastern, right here on YouTube. NBC Universal has re-engaged with the Pac-12, according to TV industry sources who told us late this afternoon that primarily the distribution channel would be USA Network for Pac-12 athletics, with a game or two per season on the big NBC flagship. And you would have a game a week in football and 2 games or more a week in basketball on Peacock, the streaming service offered by NBC. Jake, this feels like a win all the way around for the Pac-12.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's super positive news, and you can't really ask for much better, considering, you know, this week has really been about the fact that ESPN is not real invested in your success and your long-term viability. And so, you know, looking at this opportunity, I think for the Pac-12, the single biggest question mark right now is just going to be how they're going to go about, you know, repaying this $50 million to Comcast, because obviously we all know NBC's parent company is Comcast. And so, you know, it would be logical to think that if one was to do a deal with NBC and one owed Comcast $50 million, that there would be a contingency plan to pay back that $50 million. And at the same time, I also think it's really interesting to point out that with where, you know, economics are right now and where the world is at and how expensive things are and the way things are moving, I do think that right now companies like Comcast are valuing having some liquidity. And so to me, it comes as no surprise that Comcast is saying to themselves, hey, we got to get that money back. So how do we get that money back? Well, we work out a deal where the Pac-12 can start cash flowing through its TV rights, and by having them cash flow, we start getting paid. And I think that is the prime motivation of this whole thing. Yes, does USA Network need programming? Yes. Does Pac-12 football on USA help NBC? Yes, of course. But that is definitely secondary to recouping $50 million in overpayments in this TV deal. So to me, you know, I just think that to me is the primary motivation. But I also think for the Pac-12, this is your lifeboat. This is your miracle. This is your Hail Mary. This is everything that you've been waiting for. And to me, if in some world this deal was not to get done, I don't know what excuse George Kliavkoff could come up with, because ultimately this is everything that your presidents have asked you for, right? Hey, we want a TV deal. Yeah. We're not big on streaming, but we know streaming has to be a small or like a quarter
and again,
piece.
we're told 25% is what 9 out of these 10 presidents have said.
So a quarter of your TV deal is on stream, and 75% would be on traditional TV. So to me, it just makes sense.
And I think that's the biggest rub with ESPN, is that ESPN wants to put really quality programming on ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Because that's what drives membership. And that's one of their biggest revenue streams right now, is membership to ESPN Plus. And I think the rub is that ESPN wants that. The Pac-12 does not. And I think if you are at NBC Universal, Gabe and everybody else who's talking about, you know, Peacock not being prolific, that's because they haven't made it so. ESPN has prioritized the stream and prioritized ESPN Plus. So I understand that philosophically. I think NBC Universal lines up a lot more with the presidents of the Pac-12.
Uh-huh.
I think philosophically they feel better about that. I think from a comfortable standpoint, a vintage brand like NBC, I think they feel more comfortable with that. And it just makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I mean, hell, ESPN put UFC pay-per-view on ESPN Plus. I mean, that tells you all you need to know.
And they're making money on it, by the way. Salty Drunk says a lot of non-members today, Monty. Yeah, that tends to happen when you have breaking news. And you guys, we appreciate everybody who's a member of the program. That's why we read a lot more member comments. Really, 99%.
We can rock out members only from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock if you guys want.
Yeah, if you guys are feeling left out, of course we do. But, hey, I would tell you, if you're not a member, consider becoming a member of the show. Jake will play a sound effect for you. We'll clap. We'll celebrate you like it's your birthday, even though it's not, and nobody loves you. Hey, listen. You come here to feel part of the clan,
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
Not the clan. You come here for inclusion.
My fucking ass.
The clan is not the word. Not like that. Clan.
You want to explain that?
No. See, what I had meant to say was... Okay, let's move on. Brent Burnett says, honestly think Utah wants the Big Ten, and so does a few others. Need a commissioner before that happens. I just don't see that Utah... Again, we're talking about value propositions.
Yeah.
Okay. Why am I going to shop with you? Okay, well, if you're the Big Ten, why are you going to shop with Utah? Well, you're really not. What does Utah bring you that you don't already have? Not a lot, right? Not a lot. You already have academics. You've already got everything that Utah... I think if Utah men's basketball was more significant, I think that would make a huge difference in this conversation.
Yeah.
But I think basketball's been a non-factor at Utah for years now. And I think it really hurts them. And I think the fact that basketball is, Utah baseball, Utah skiing, Utah, obviously women's gymnastics. You have all of these awesome programs that are succeeding at a high level, but they're not revenue generating to the level that basketball is. And now seeing, again, the Brett Yormark theory of life, and if you look at what the Big Ten's trying to do... Dude, I think it matters.
Yes, it does.
I think Utah brings a lot to the Big 12.
Yeah.
I think Utah absolutely is a value brand to the Big 12, and that's where I think they belong. Ken Williams says, they turned down the Big 12. What do you mean? Help me with that.
Yeah.
Brent Burnett says, Utah knows it has an open invite to the Big 12. Most members of the PAC could go if they wanted that.
I don't know that we should be saying they have an open invite. I do think we should be saying that folks like Taylor Randall have had some conversations with, individuals in the Big 12.
And again, I know this pisses off Utah fans, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. But, people at Utah have reached out to us and have been telling us, hey, yes, in fact, we have talked to the Big 12.
Yeah.
It's not a mystery, nor is it controversial in any way, shape, or form.
It's their job, bro.
It's their responsibility. It's remarkable to me. It really is. Ryan Fair, a member of the show, says, is a viable Pac-12 without USC and UCLA good for college athletics?
Well, that's a great question. That remains to be seen. I think, I would feel more comfortable saying yes if Brett Yormark was running the PAC, because then I know that I have something inventive. I know I have something creative. I know I have something that, is outside of the box. And again, I know that we slurp and wax poetic about, Brett Yormark, and Brett Yormark's got like a whole tub of butter for one piece of toast. But, ultimately, the guy is getting the job done. And I don't know that we can say the same or will be able to say the same when a TV deal gets done about George Klavkov.
Hey, look at that. Matt Hart gifted 10 memberships.
Let's go.
Let's go, Matt Hart. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. If you are not a member, pick up one of Matt Hart's 10 gifted memberships. Let's get you in it. Let's get you going. Being a member of this show brings you into a really elite community. Taylor Smith!
Boom! Let's go!
Let's go, Taylor!
Keep it going.
Taylor Smith, the first one to be gifted a membership by Matt Hart. Taylor, welcome to the show. Appreciate you being part of the group. Let's see. Two Masters says Fresno maybe or just San Diego State. I still maintain with all due respect, which usually means I'm going to say something you're not going to like.
Yeah, with all due respect, you're a douche.
Yeah, your face is No, I'm kidding.
With all due respect.
Fresno State has no weight.
With all due respect.
Like, what is Fresno State? In all honesty, tell me what Fresno State, somebody out there that's a Fresno State Bulldog, tell me why I want to add Fresno State to my conference.
Good luck.
They are irrelevant on the grand scheme of things. When's the last time anybody thought about Fresno State? Again, with all due respect. And it's no knock to Fresno. It's no knock to good old Reedley, California. Hello. It's no knock to the Central Valley.
Right.
But it's Fresno State.
Yeah.
And the biggest issue here is, again, I understand San Diego State, but I'll say the same thing about SMU. I'll say the same thing about any Colorado State. For what? For what?
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
My question is, if I look at the Big 12,
yeah,
why am I going to add a Colorado State or a Fresno State? If I look at the Pac-12, I know why I'm adding San Diego State. But who else fills that bill? You simply, if you're the Pac-12, you would add Fresno State because you have to. Not because you want to, because you have to. That's the biggest thing. And it's this thing I always talk about. When you're making decisions because you have to, and now you're doing things because you have to, you're always in the wrong spot.
I'm screwed.
You're always in the wrong spot. When finances are dictating your decisions, you're always in the wrong spot.
It vexes me.
And that's where the Pac-12 is.
Terribly vexed.
It just is. Mark Ruckert, not a member, says BYU was value, but the Pac said no. Yeah, I know. BYU fans are loving that little discussion.
Hey, how can you blame them?
I don't. Mark Ruckert gifted a membership.
Pulling it out. Let's go.
Will Cowan.
Let's go.
Gifted a membership. Let's see. A lot of people are, I don't know. This is one I don't know. A lot of people are asking, how do I accept a gift membership? I don't know.
Anybody who's accepted a gift membership, mind answering that question?
Yeah, and I believe you have to have a YouTube account, which obviously there's a lot of people here, but you cannot comment without a YouTube account.
Yeah.
So you already have that. So, I'm pretty certain that we'll be able to figure this out. But, love it, Will Collin. Welcome to the membership. Troy W.
Let's go. Get it going.
Let's go, baby. Good to see you all. Now make sure you hit the like button, please. That would be amazing. Monty fan in Rexburg, Nathan R. says, that seems like some red flags. What seems like some red flags? Hullabilly, what's up, my dude? How the heck are you? Matt Ritson says, so make a deal NBC Universal will add San Diego State. Could be. Certainly, I mean, whatever the next TV deal is, you have to be able to get full freight.
You know what's really interesting about that concept? NBC's already got Southern California, if you think about it.
They do.
Right? Like in 2 years, right? With SC and UCLA.
Yep.
So what's to say if you're NBC, you're looking at this and you're saying, okay, we're going to dominate Southern California. We're gonna have SC and UCLA. We're going to bring in San Diego. We're going to help bring in San Diego State to the conference. And then we're going to dominate that late night window with those three teams through scheduling. That, to me, makes perfect sense. I understand that.
Yep.
I totally get that.
Yeah, I think it makes absolute sense. So we talked about NBC Universal re-engaging with the Pac-12. We remind you to get to TryDayTrading.com. $10 membership to change the trajectory of your life. $10, 30-day membership. And after 30 days, if it's not for you, you're out. The $10 is a charitable donation. They give it right to charity. That's a tax write-off for you. It's your education. That's a tax write-off for you. And when I say day trading, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a scam, or I don't know how to do that, or the market's in the crapper. First of all, there are people today who have made $1,000 day trading today because they went to Try Day Trading. Did you make $1,000 today? Oh, you didn't. TryDayTrading.com. There are people today who do it as a side hustle who have made hundreds of dollars today. In your full-time job, did you make hundreds of dollars today? Oh, you didn't. TryDayTrading.com. No matter how you want it, no matter how you think it fits into your life, TryDayTrading.com has a solution for you. You get a personal one-on-one coach who is going to walk you through their proprietary setup, who's going to show you how to leverage the stock market for day trading to make you that money that gets you the house, the vacation, the car. It provides for your family the way you've always wanted them to for $10. You're going to figure it out for $10. If I said to you, $10 to change the rest of your life, what would you say? You would give me a $10 bill right now.
I want it.
And all you have to do is go to TryDayTrading.com. And I'll show you this because it seems to have really helped a lot of people that I've talked to about it. At TryDayTrading.com. I don't know where that graphic went, so I won't show it to you.
No, you
but
just keep going up. Keep going up.
If you went to, there it is right there. Thank you. If you go to TryDayTrading.com, you see all these steps. These are right on the front page. Go to step number 2, click on it, and then all you have to do is fill out the form. It quite literally takes 20 seconds. In the drop-down, where'd you hear about us? Make sure you select the Monty Show. We really appreciate that. And you're on your way. And notice what it says in step 3. Learn one-on-one with your own professional day trading coach to trade using our proprietary leading indicators. Then look at step 4. Upon successful completion of your advanced coaching, get a corporate-funded account. Accounts can be funded up to $100,000. What does that mean? That means you trade with TryDayTrading.com's money. When you're ready to go, they give you money to trade with, their own. And if you make money with their money, they give you 80% of the profit at TryDayTrading.com. They're great partners. They're a Lehigh company right here in Utah. Tell them you heard about it on the Monty Show. Spend $10 and tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
At TryDayTrading.com. So FM 304 says she's had a long salami.
What the hell does that mean?
Okay, well, welcome to the show, my guy. The Great Dane. NBC does not do awesome for Premier League for sure. Does do awesome for Premier League for sure. I watch way more Premier League than MLS. Oh, wait, I don't have Apple TV, so I don't watch any MLS.
Oh.
See, The Great Dane. You're in the exact same place I am. Yeah, see, because I'm a huge fan of the football.
Yeah, because the Premier League is
beautiful
actually
game.
like, consumable soccer content.
I'm a huge fan of it. And I watch my beloved Chelsea Football Club on NBC or USA Network. I do. I haven't seen it on Peacock at all. Brent Burnett, Utah has a chance even if it's slim for the Big Ten. I don't believe they do.
No.
I don't believe they do. I do not at all believe that. Mr. Preston, Monty, would your Italian ancestors approve barbecue sauce on pizza? I don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, they'll be sleeping with the fishes. I think they would.
Yeah.
I think they would. I absolutely think they probably would not. They want marinara. So it is what it is. Maury Alvarez, Monty, your standards need to come down. Not everyone knows the greatness of your life when you first meet them.
What's that mean? Standards about what?
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. You know. Truck Stop Gumby says red sauce and pepperoni? No.
Dude, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Good God. No.
Casual
Greg Hawkins. Greg Hawkins says, I don't see the Big Ten taking any PAC schools. I know Oregon and Washington are commonly thrown around, but do they clear the $70 million per school per year valuation in the Big Ten's upcoming media deal? It's an interesting point. It's a very interesting point.
Yeah.
And I don't know that they do. There's plenty of toast for all the butter, says don't do members only. Well, maybe, all you have to do is, and all the free memberships are gone now. See, all you had to do was scoop up the memberships. That's it. That's all you had to do.
Yeah.
Like T.S. West. T-Swess.
Let's go.
Wait, so we're going to have to figure that T-S-W-E-S-S.
TSW.
Yeah, sure. Taylor Smith.
Let's go. More normal names, easier to read.
Taylor Smith, easy name to pronunciate and stuff.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's go. Good job. Appreciate all you guys joining the show. You're in all seriousness, we love our members. You guys take great care of us. Except Mark Hales. He's a jerk. Oh, hey, Mark. I didn't know you were here. I'm kidding.
Whatever.
How was Jake's date?
Yeah, it was good, dude.
So many people want to know how the date went.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into it later in the showroom, but I mean, overall, it was good.
Did you plant any seeds?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Brent Burnett says, I want my $2. Better off dead.
Okay.
That's fine. Let's see. Tanner Plummer. Kyle Van Noy is being a sideline reporter for BYU spring game, and he mentioned his interview about the Pat McAfee show. He didn't say it specifically, but he alluded to the soaking discussion. Yes. He went on and talked. He did, and it was amazing. I am a daily watcher of the Pat McAfee show.
Hiscock.
So you're not wrong.
Hiscock.
You're not wrong. The Great Dane says, I'm on my iPhone. I love it. Tanner says, it got quiet on BYU TV for a couple of seconds. I bet it did. Maury Alvarez says, Utah has a snowball's chance in hell to make it to the Big 12 or the Big 10. Also, I was referring to Mrs. Jake in the last comment. She doesn't meet your standards yet. She doesn't.
Oh.
What does Pat Bev do?
Stop. Don't be an asshole.
How am I being an asshole?
Don't be an asshole.
What?
There's no need for that.
Waves in opposition.
For what?
I'm
not saying she's a bad girl. Well, for your sake, I hope she's a bad girl, but that's not a
jackass.
See what I meant to trying to. No. I should just stop.
I need a dick.
Yeah. No, anyway. Did we get the new version of that?
No.
Oh, you guys, there's another one. Hey, new member, Royal Pain 83.
Yeah, Royal Pain.
Let's go, Royal Pain 83. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you.
Oh, and look at what my guy Darren Ingram did.
Darren Ingram gifted 10 members.
Let's go. Light it up.
Let's go. Go golf at Canyons Golf up in Park City. I'm telling you. Cannot wait. You guys should probably want to.
I mean, is it the snowstorm next week that's said to drop 2 to 4 feet of snow?
I don't want to hear that. Darren said wanted to stir the pot some more. Thank you, Darren.
Thank you. How's the Tacoma, by the way?
What do you get a new Tacoma?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. You told me. Yeah, that's right. You coming to the game tonight, Darren? Soaking is a Utah thing, I hear. It is.
Whoever came up with that shit need to be fired.
Sir Robin says Nebraska is a blue blood. Ryan, Ute fan, that's the difference. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Greg Hawkins says, Ryan, they definitely cleared the bar in 2011.
Okay, what did Ryan say?
I don't know. Ken Williams says, Pat is great. Main Event says, there goes the neighborhood. Brandon Butler says, living vicariously through Jake's dating life. A lot of people here are.
Dude, I mean, it's only 4:20, dude. I mean, we're a little early in the showroom to get into it. I mean,
yeah. Taylor Smith says, where can I get some butter for my toast? That's in the dating story. We'll tell you.
Yeah.
You know. This show is going to hell. Tanner Plummer says, Zach Milfson is on BYU TV right now. Oh, thank God.
Oh, my God, dude.
Stay hard.
Royal
Stay
Pain
hard.
83. All I need now is some bucked up, and I'm a
Dude,
Monty
so
clone. Let's go.
We're really close to breaking this record. I literally think we need like 1 or 2 more people.
Yeah,
Isn't
you
that
guys,
right?
seriously. What we'd like to do is not break it. We'd like to smash it.
Right.
So looking at the numbers, wow, we got like 10. Seriously, there's 315 people watching this show right now.
Yeah.
In the description below, there's a link for free bucked up samples. Go get it.
Again, he said free.
Free.
We're not asking you to pay money.
They give you 3 samples of your choice. You can pick out pre-workout, electrolytes, BCAAs, whatever you want. They're going to give you the best shaker cup in the world. Go get it. Have it shipped to your door. If there's 300 of you here, let's get 30, 40 of them. That would be amazing. Helps the show out a lot. And by the way, if you need BCAAs, if you need your pre-workout, if you need any of your supplements, absolutely get to buckedup.com. Use the promo code Monty. You get 20% off at checkout. I cannot tell you how many people we've hooked quite a few people on the racked BCAAs.
Do you even lift?
Phenomenal. But the LFG is freaking amazing. They have high stem, low stem. I'm telling you, the best energy drink in the business. Bucked Up Miami. The black can is 300 milligrams. The white can is low stem. low stimulant, 100 milligrams of caffeine. Come on, man. We got a size that fits everybody at Bucked Up. But go click the link to get the free samples. It really does make a difference on the show. I really appreciate that. Alan White says, ordered my samples of Bucked Up and should be delivered tomorrow. Really looking forward to it.
Let's go.
Let's go, Alan. Appreciate that, man. That is always the big deal for us. Anytime you guys can support our sponsors, it's amazing. The Great Dane. I wake up and it's snowing. I got my 6-pack sampler with the black and green shaker through the promo. It's sweet.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Dilly.
The Great Dane. The Great Dane. Appreciate you, man. Ken Williams says, Miami, I bought 5 cases. Did you really?
Dilly.
I love Miami. I am telling you, it's amazing.
And again, cows can't drink Miami, okay? I just want to make sure that, as a rancher, you're not, spending those 5 cases on your cattle, okay?
Yeah, by the way, Ken Williams is a prolific, well, he used to be. He sold his ranch now.
He sold his ranch.
He's a baller. Yeah. Taylor Smith. Will Zachy Poo play next season, or is the dark mode Aaron starting for the Jets? Hey, by the way,
Garbage.
By the way, there's not been an Aaron Rodgers update with the Jets this week.
No.
Where is Aaron right now?
I think the Packers are holding out, hoping they'll get a first-round pick. I mean, the deal's going to get done. Who are we kidding? The deal with A-Rod to the Jets, I mean, it's as done's going to be until it's, done.
Yeah.
I don't see how it doesn't, because I think the Jets are a player away, and it's the quarterback. And I just think Zach Wilson needed to be humbled.
I think it all hinges on this 13th overall pick. That's what I think it hinges on.
Well,
first rounder, Jets don't want to give it up, and the Packers want it.
And see, I see it both ways. I think Aaron Rodgers is worth a 13th overall pick in the first round. I do. I think he's going to play 3 more years, and I think he's out in 3 years. You're going to win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years if you trade for Aaron Rodgers. If I said to you, you don't think so.
I just the thing is with the NFL, it's just never guaranteed. Like, how many years, how many times did Patty Mahomes run into Tom Brady back in the day? Like, how many times did certain teams who we thought would?
It's really Peyton Manning running into Tom Brady, right?
Peyton Manning's another good example. Hell, Russell Wilson, Russell Wilson's run into his fair share. So, I don't disagree that A-Rod can take them to the promised land, but I just think we got to be careful saying, just because you added him in addition to what you had already, that makes you a Super Bowl team. Those rookies, or what were rookies or sophomores now, have never played in a playoff game. They haven't.
Yeah. It's interesting. Salty Drunk says ETA on NBA, about 32 minutes.
Yeah.
From right now.
And we will talk NBA. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about today. But I just, listen, I think that when you have a guy like Aaron Rodgers and that talent's available to you, you've got to give what it takes to get it. Now, if I'm the Jets, I'm holding steadfast, and I'll trade you 2 2s and a 3. That's real value in the NFL draft. If I'm the Green Bay Packers, I'm trying to get a first for it.
Yeah.
But I don't know that you can, because I think the Packers are over a barrel here.
I don't know how you do a deal for Aaron Rodgers that doesn't include a first-round pick.
Because why would you include a first-round pick when you know they have to trade him?
I mean, that might be true, but I'm just saying.
You can't bring Aaron Rodgers to camp, because he won't play. He will not show up. You'll still owe him $59 million. He'll show up the last day to get paid that $59 million.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be awkward having him. You can't do it. You cannot do it. There's just no way.
Yeah.
Ken Williams, the retired rancher, says, I can't stand Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he's a douche, man.
I don't
You're
disagree
a
with
douche.
that. I really don't disagree with that at all. And I think really more to the point, I think when you look at Aaron's a dick. Let's not beat around the bush.
Get a fast pass for Douche Mountain, because you're a douche.
Aaron Rodgers thinks Aaron Rodgers is amazing.
Yeah, dude.
Aaron is a cock. I'm not. And it's not that I'm a Bears fan and I hate the Packers. No, that is true.
You're Aaron fucking Rodgers.
And you are. But the problem is that Aaron Rodgers is not a guy that you can hold accountable. He thinks he's Tom Brady. He's nowhere near Tom Brady. And he wants to go in there and light fuckers up. And I'm telling you right now, that's just not the way it's going to work. What?
He wants to go in there and light fuckers up.
Oh, is that what I said? I didn't even realize I said that. Okay, I'm a terrible person. Sam Lott. Good afternoon, Sam. How are you?
Sam.
He says woke AF is the bee's knees. Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's good stuff, dude.
Yes, it is. Ziggerite Dane. I don't think Zach is overrated. He went to the Jets and immediately had to deal with an awesome MILF scandal. Well...
Yeah, but he created the MILF scandal by piping her friend.
you piping your mom's friend. Which, by the way, who among us hasn't wanted to or wouldn't pipe mom's best friend?
I mean, he hits the A gap better than his running back does. Jesus. What?
Anyway, Greg Romano says soaking is such a 21st century thing. Back in the day, we just went to Las Vegas for a one-day wedding or a week during the holidays. A one-day wedding. Okay. Brett Burnett says the Wolves lost Nas. Yeah, he broke his wrist. Bummer for him. Bucked up gets you tail. Do you care to expound on that at all?
Yeah, what you mean, man?
Toast for all the butter says ETA on a dating update. There's, anyway. Tanner says BYU fan base didn't think the MILF scandal was awesome. Is a great Dane.
Yeah, well, I did.
I did too.
Yeah.
Ken Williams says the Packers suck. Bless you, sir. John Menser says no way will he win in the next 3 years.
Well,
if
I
he
think he's got a chance, though. Certainly.
Dude, if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets, number one, Robert Saleh has that defense on lock.
Yeah, he does.
And I'm telling you, the moves they've made offensively, and if they wind up with Hop, they get DeAndre Hopkins, look out. Because now we're in business. By the way,
you weren't expecting this one.
Yeah, and I'm not paying Odell Beckham Jr. $15 million.
Nah.
Because clearly he's got a drug habit if he's asking for $15 million. Ryan Fair, the deal happens before the draft. Just a game of chicken at this point. Totally.
Has to be.
Royal Payne says, got my sample ordered. I'm going to judge hard. Not bricked, but critically. Okay, well,
I'm so bricked up right now.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, let us know what you think, man.
Yeah, let us know what you think. You guys that have ordered the bucked up sampler, it's amazing. We're trying to break a record of how many samples get ordered, and we're super close to it. So go in the description, crush it if you haven't. I know a ton of you guys have already, but I appreciate that. Before you go to the link in the sampler, make sure you go hit the like button. We're at 2,000 views today, 134 likes. Let's go. Appreciate that. Let's see. Darren Ingram says most people thought Zachy Poo scandal was awesome. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, dude, again, the fact that his mom was commenting on everything, it tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, I agree. Taylor Smith says MILF Mountain is in Draper, right? Yes, it is.
Where is the Tile King of Utah?
Yeah, Teddy Wayman. Teddy Wayman could tell you all about that.
Boom.
Teddy Wayman could tell you all about that.
Yeah.
So, Greg Hawkins says Zach lost the locker room in New York. He did.
Yeah.
I agree. And his attitude lost it. What's the best bucked up flavor? Miami. Let's go. Miami. I'm telling you guys, I love it. Bucked up Miami. Now, I'm going to warn you, and I don't know that we had anything to do with it, but Miami is so difficult to get.
Yeah.
I mean, even I usually have to go to like Holiday to get it, or even here at the Maverick Center, because Bucked Up is the official energy drink of the Maverick Center. It's always sold out here.
Yeah.
So if you see a can of Miami,
pick it up, dude.
Because it is tough. It is tough to get.
Yeah.
It is absolutely tough to get. But I don't know. There's a couple that I like. There's three in particular I drink. Miami, very clearly, is my favorite flavor. But Mango Tango is spectacular. And I'll tell you, Mrs. Monty lives and dies on Gin and Juice.
Blue Raz is also good.
You are a Blue Raz guy.
Yeah, Blue Raz ain't bad.
Yeah. I don't mind. DeLambo says most BYU fans don't appreciate it.
Well,
is what it is. Delaric, what's up, my guy? Says Pavers will get Packers will get a first round, but it will be a 2024 pick for Aaron. Aaron. What is he truly worth? Seriously, do you think he's worth a first round pick?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Oh, yeah. In this league, with where the quarterback situation's at, yeah, 100% he is.
I don't know. Let's see. Zach says, good afternoon. Go Pokes. What's up?
What's up, Zach?
Good to see you. That's mid, Monty. LOL. Okay.
Ken, you've been on a mid-run lately.
He has been on a mid-run lately.
You were able to work in a mid-reference in the members-only Instagram chat earlier, and so you're doing well with that.
I'm out of water.
Water.
I'm telling you, these cups make it so easy to drink the water that, I just run through it. The Great Dane says it's late Friday afternoon, so Monty's starting to drop F-bombs. Hilarious. Dude, you have
You're
no idea.
You're not even wrong, dude. You're not
You have
even wrong.
no idea.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
Like, come on now. Tanner said F-bombs. I thought this was a family program. Fuck that. No, I'm kidding.
Program.
I'm kidding. Thank you. The PAC needs to trade Aaron to live golf, Brandon Butler says.
Dude, live golf, bro.
We've been trying to talk live golf for like 2 weeks, and we always run into something. Chad Masters says Zach Wilson was always committed to the Cougars.
He really was, though.
You want to explain that?
To the not like the BYU Cougars. Okay. John Famlor. Cardinals are rumored to want at least a second-round pick, maybe more for Hopkins. Also, there are some dead cap considerations. There certainly are.
You know what's really interesting about the Cardinals, dude? Their head coach coming out and being like, oh, yeah, I can't wait to see DeAndre Hopkins on the field. And, man, I just am so excited and enthused to work with him in the locker room and in film study. And then I love how John Harbaugh's like, yeah, I can't wait, man. Lamar's a phenomenal player, and everything's amazing. All these guys are moving teams. We know that. So why not just say that?
Brady Cook says, I find Miami in a lot of stores. You do.
It ebbs and flows,
do
bro.
Do tell. I love Miami. Miami's my flavor. but I shop at Holiday a lot.
Holiday.
And I know here at the Maverick Center, that's probably not the most popular answer. But, it is what it is. Ken Williams says, I get it at Walmart.
Okay.
And mango and blue raz. My wife likes pink lemonade. Ooh.
Okay.
There you go. Pink lemonade's pretty good.
Yeah, Mango Tango is pretty tough to beat, dude. Miami is the only one I put above Mango Tango.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Mango Tango's amazing, by the way. Okay. Salty Drunk says, for all the freeloaders, of which there seem to be many, you can't get money back on the free bucked up samples. You can't get money back on the free bucked. What
do you even mean, dude?
I don't know what that means.
They're free.
Yeah, they're free.
talking
Mango
about?
Tango has been my favorite, Matt Hart says.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I'm glad to see that we are converting fools.
Yeah, dude.
Ruff's official. I'd take Aaron over Lamar.
Oh, my God, dude. I mean, I'm with you,
The Lamar
bro.
situation is incredibly frustrating.
For who, though? That's the thing.
You know what the deal is with that? For me, the frustrating part for me is I just think he's so stubborn and he needs an agent desperately. Like if Lamar Jackson had somebody to say to him, hey, bro, this isn't the route. This is not how don't send your Uncle Ken's cousin in to try and get you a deal with Tampa.
It's my quarterback.
Right? Don't send, Meek Mill to talk to Robert Kraft.
It's really
right? Like you can't. This is just not how you get these deals done. And then you have to come out and issue defensive tweets, and it's a mess, dude.
Yes.
And Lamar needs an agent. This would have been done a long time ago if Lamar had an agent.
I don't give up, babies. Fuck.
If we're being honest about it, I don't see a way that Lamar can go back to the Ravens now.
No.
I really don't. I think this is one of those things where they're going to negotiate a trade. Somebody will get desperate.
Well, I think
somebody will.
What's interesting is you have Jeremy Fowler, ESPN analyst.
ESPN.
Saying things like, hey, Lamar is not going to take anything less than what Deshaun got. Right? And that's not to say that his demands are not more than that. Not to say that Lamar's not asking for $250 million or whatever whatever he's asking for, but essentially the understood number is at least what Deshaun got in guarantees. And so, to me, what I struggle with is what you just said. Not having an agent, not understanding what you should and shouldn't be doing. Furthermore, I also think what Lamar may not be considering is having to be on your mind constantly. Oh my God, when am I going to get a contract? Who do I got to call now? Who do I got to you got to be a football player and you got to be an agent right now.
Yeah.
And that's not a recipe for success.
No, I would agree with that. And I just don't know how you fix it. That to me is the biggest problem for Lamar Jackson. I don't know how you fix it, man. Because if this was an easy solution, and again, Ruff, I think this is a really good point. Aaron Rodgers is on the fucking market. Like, you can go and trade for Aaron Rodgers right now.
Is it fair to say you know what you're getting in Aaron Rodgers at least?
I think it is. And I go back to what the owner of the Atlanta Falcons said, Arthur Blank.
Yeah.
It's not that Lamar's not a good quarterback. It's that you don't know how long he'll hold up with the way he plays. With all the running. And, it's funny, ESPN and NFL Network, they have all these packages of highlights of Lamar Jackson. Next time you see that, look how many times people land on his upper body. Like he's going into the end zone, or, there's a play of him running, off the left side of the line, and he just gets dropped.
Yeah.
There's a play where he does this Euro step in the middle of the field and dives into the end zone, and 3 guys land on top of him.
Yeah.
That I don't want my quarterback doing that.
Well, and defenders know that too. They're like, oh yeah, he's still got the ball and he's running towards me. I can pop this guy. Oh, he dove forward for the line to gain. I can hit him, right? Because they know, like, hey, if a quarterback has the ball and they're diving for the line to gain, you can hit them.
Yes.
If they slide, that's different. But if they dive, you can hit them. And I feel like guys know that. So with Lamar, they know, okay, this guy is fast and he's a game breaker. We got to get out and get physical and try and knock him out this game. I mean, that is a real strategy defenses employ.
Yeah, I think it's incredibly compelling because Lamar is not a bad quarterback. He just is not a guy I want with the ball in his hand and the game on the line.
Yes.
DeLambo said, I found Miami at Walmart by some miracle. They're always out. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a Walmart shopper, but when I go to Walmart, it feels like they're always out of what I'm trying to get.
I want it.
And then I got to dodge Thelma and her crack showing through her thong that she should not be wearing. Right? Like, because the thong's losing the battle on that ass. Okay, I should move on. Tanner says Arizona Cardinal coach Jonathan Gannon doesn't know how to act in front of the media. It's awkward.
Yeah.
It is awkward. I agree with that.
It's classic Arizona Cardinal behavior.
Yeah, he says when he was the Eagles DC, that's right. He was the defense coordinator of the Eagles. Press conferences were cringy, but he did do some good things. He's a fantastic coach. Fantastic. Sam Lott says Miami, Wild Orchid, and Low Stem Peach Passion, fellas, for bucked up drinks.
There you go.
I will say the grape racked is what one of their lines of BCAs. The grape racked is so choice. And we had the peach ring flavor before that. So good,
dude.
So the grape is the best one I've had yet. The grape flavor of racked is by far the best one. All right, 42 past. Don't forget, coming up in about 20 minutes or so, we'll talk NBA on the program. But don't forget that you, my friends, when you think of the words barbecue pit stop, make sure you think about the best equipment in barbecue. Cannot wait. We are just 2 weeks away from them opening their new store in Payson, which is fantastic. All of our St. George listeners, make sure you find the brand new Barbecue Pit Stop. Just had their grand opening last weekend. It's fantastic. And Barbecue Pit Stop, always brings you the best equipment, but it's really the best people that you're dealing with at Barbecue Pit Stop. And yeah, you get Yoder, Traeger, Big Green Egg, Camp Chef. Absolutely you do. You get the best rubs, spices, seasonings. Absolutely you do. You go up to Logan and you get real quality cuts of meat. They have a great butcher shop inside the Logan store. Yes, you do. But even when you go to bbqpitstop.com, you get the little chat box that you can talk to all of their people, and they give you great advice because they're good people to do business with. While you're here on YouTube, make sure you find Barbecue Pit Stop's YouTube channel because they've got right now Clinton in the Lehigh store put up a video about smoking your ham for Easter because that's what they do. You get in trouble, you tried to smoke a ham, it didn't turn out, call Clinton at Lehigh. Call any of their stores. Say, hey, I need some advice. Get on their website. Use their chat function. Hey, I need some advice. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And the other thing I always say about Barbecue Pit Stop, guys, if you're intimidated by a pellet smoker, don't be.
Yeah.
It literally is build the thing in 20 minutes, plug it in, pour some pellets in the hopper, and hit ignite. You're smoking. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Easy peasy.
It is that simple. Set your temperature. We put the wings on for, at 400 for 25 minutes. Perfect. We put the Papa Murphy's pizza on for about 25 minutes. Perfect. So good. bbqpitstop.com. Make sure you tell them you heard about it on the Monty Show. April 14th in Payson. The grand opening of their brand new South Utah County store in Payson. Love it. All our BYU fans, all our Southern Utah fans, go get it at Barbecue Pit Stop. Couple more comments real quick here because you guys, the comments have been crazy today. Let's see. The Dane is Markkanen playing tonight. I want the Jazz versus Lakers playing game so bad. Markkanen is not playing tonight. Not last I heard, he was not playing tonight.
Yeah.
Ken Williams says you can hit them as long as it's not crybaby Rodgers. Okay, I like I'm here for the Rodgers slander. You know, the Great Dane. Haha, Monty, let's go. Cracks at Wally World. I'm telling you, I don't hate Walmart the way what. See, I just hate people that.
But see, but that's not what you want to say. You know.
Hey, look here, man.
See what I've been trying to articulate. I always run into crazy dude at Walmart.
See, now that's just not the way to go.
And then
Karen.
Fred, the guy at the door, is like, I need to see your receipt. Okay, here's my receipt. And the guy never says thank you. Right? He checks my receipt. Like the lady at Costco who checks my receipt is always really friendly. Like,
hey guys.
The old man Jerry at the door at Walmart's like, yeah, get the hell out of here. Like they assume you're going to steal something, and that's probably not their fault. They probably get quite a few people, again, Thelma and the...
Is that a real question?
That dog's losing the battle, Thelma. I'm telling you right now. Anyway, I should stop. Taylor Smith says, Thelma at Walmart sounds like a good date for Jake.
That's not nice.
The girl you're looking at right now is kind of a honey. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
that's kind of creepy. Probably your dad talking about.
Yeah, that's probably.
But she's not your girlfriend yet. Ron Nolan says 15-11 Duke, beginning of the fourth. I have no idea what we're talking about.
What the hell are you talking about?
Taylor says we need an update on the date last night. That's coming up in about 43 minutes at 5:30. Plenty of toast for all the butter. Can you do a giveaway for double date with Jake and Marco Polo Girl? Marco Polo Girl. Keisha! Hey, Keisha!
Dude.
What?
You don't. It's fine.
Don't what? People want to meet your feelings.
We're not doing a giveaway to watch a live stream.
Yeah, you don't have to compete. You can just watch. You can go on a date with Jake.
Right.
All he ever does is takes her to more betters. They have a bunch of mac salad. They go home and smash, and it's all good.
I've never taken steroids.
Yeah. Taylor Smith, Barbecue Pit Stop is the best barbecue store in the state. Yes. Oh,
I agree, bro.
Certainly it is. There is no doubt about that. And, like we had Steve from the Lehigh store on. The guy is
top notch.
They're all entrepreneurs. They're all busting their ass to make a living, dude. And he is just such a good dude. Steve is one of our favorites. He is supported. If you don't remember, he supported us all the way back to 1320K Fan.
The
sports leader. Like Steve,
I mean, it's Friday. We can go crazy with it.
Your sex life is killing this show. It's absolutely killing this show. And for some reason, now the comments are frozen. I would like to put other comments on, but
it'll catch up.
I can't because we're getting a ton of comments right now. So, I'm just saying.
stream.
Hello. Hey, are you guys say hey, hello? Hey. Hello.
Hello.
I believe we are back.
Can you turn your phone off now?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I believe we are back. So, you know.
Stream,
Easy,
bro.
hitting the space bar. Yes, we're back.
Well, okay.
Look at that. San Diego State says Keisha's mad at Monty.
Yeah,
so she
sorry, guys.
Keisha!
Sorry.
No, we're back. That is never in the history of this
Literally,
show.
that's never happened.
That
to
has
us before.
never happened on the show. The internet just took
a dump.
You know. This is great. Dane says Monty live from Chopper 12. We're over the Maverick Center right now, trying to understand what's going on with the motherfucking internet. Oh my God, that was not great. All right, let's talk NBA in just a minute because there's a couple NFL stories. You know, we actually still do football at 50, 10 of the hour, every hour on the Monty Show. We got to talk about this Jim Trotter story.
Yes.
On Football 50, presented by Papa Murphy's Pizza. Jim Trotter threatened to sue the NFL today on Twitter. Am I making too much of that? Is that what he said? You tell me. Here's Jim Trotter's tweet. Now, while you read this tweet, let me tell you the story of Jimmy Trotter, right? Jim Trotter, formerly of NFL Media, Sports Illustrated. I mean, a really good writer. There's no question about that. I don't think anybody even wonders if Jim is good at his job. None of that crap, right? All of a sudden, he asked Roger Goodell at the league meetings if they were going to hire more people of color to work the desk. And it went something like this.
Roger, Jim Trotter, NFL Media. You and other league officials have said that the league's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion extend beyond the sidelines and beyond the front offices and is applied to all aspects of the company. I've worked at NFL Media for 5 years. During those 5 years, we have never had a black person in senior management in our newsroom. That's a problem because we cover a league who, according to league data, the player population is 60 to 70% black, which means that there is no one who looks like these players at the table when decisions are being made about how they are covered. More concerning is that for a year plus now, we have never had a full-time black employee on the news desk, which again is a problem because we cover a league whose player population is 60 to 70% black according to league data. I asked you about these things last year, and what you told me is that the league had fallen short and you were going to review all of your policies and practices to try and improve this. And yet a year later, nothing has changed. You know, James Baldwin once said that I can't believe what you say because I see what you do. And so I would ask you as an employee, when are we in the newsroom going to have a black person in senior management, and when will we have a full-time black employee on the news desk?
Well, Jim, I am not in charge of the newsroom, so I think can I answer your question? As you point out, it's the same question you asked last year. And we did go back, and we have reviewed everything we've been doing across the league. And we are looking at everything from vendors that we're working with, to partners that we're working with, to ownership where we've seen significant changes in diversity just this year. And I'm not do not know specifically about the media business. We'll check in again with our people, but I am comfortable that we made significant progress across the league. I can't.
And then all of a sudden, Jim Trotter got laid off. And a lot of people are writing exactly what Jim Trotter wrote there about Brian Flores. And I think this is a legitimate threat. And, you know, frankly, I think...
Roger, Jim Trotter, NFL.
Hey, how are you? My bad. I think Jim Trotter, if we're being totally honest, I think Jim Trotter got laid off because he asked that question 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
But he's never going to be able to prove that. And it's not like he's the only one that got laid off. They laid off a bunch of people. He's not, in my opinion, he's not going to sue, nor should he.
I don't think he should sue. I think he should make their life a living hell, though. I think he should talk about it. He should write about it. He should make his own outlet. He should do everything that he's allowed to do. Like, I think, and this is the debate we had the other day, and I'm telling you, Jim Trotter is a big enough name and has had a good enough career where he could go and work anywhere. I guarantee it. You'd want to have him on your staff, and I think that he's going to fight this.
And I don't have a problem with him fighting it, but the last thing we need is like an ugly dust-up that it's all opinion. There's no proof that the NFL said, hey, you know what, you're black. We're gonna have to move on now. I don't believe that happened. And maybe it did. I just don't think you're going to prove it.
There's no evidence they've done anything the other way either.
No, I agree.
So that's the problem.
Is Anthony Richardson, the quarterback at Florida, a top 5 pick? Because it's starting to look like somebody in the top 5 is going to take him. Would you draft him? Like, what are your thoughts on Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, I mean, I think that he's super athletic. I think he is somebody who can have a good NFL career. But I don't think he's a top 5 pick. I don't think that I would do that. I think that he's probably a top 10 pick. I don't think he's top 5, though.
I agree. When I look at the prospectus, you look at Carolina. Carolina should draft Bryce Young. I think they're going to draft C.J. Stroud. And whoever they don't draft, number 2, Houston's going to draft him. But what about Arizona? They're drafting. They're not drafting a quarterback. You look at. I think his first chance to go is Indianapolis at 4, and I think there's a real chance. Agree or disagree? I think there's a real chance that Indianapolis loves a guy who can, because did you see his pro day? He threw it off the ceiling or the roof and then did a backflip. Like, hey, that's cool, but are you at all capable of being an accurate passer? Because he was never that in college. And if you're Indianapolis and you draft this cat, you don't have anybody for him to sit behind and learn.
Proponents of Anthony Richardson will tell you at Florida he didn't have great protection, and that's why he was running as much as he did. But what I'm here to tell you is that I don't care if he had great protection or not. This is a style thing. This is Lamar Jackson 2.0. This is a running quarterback who's got a good arm, who wants to run first. And that's, again, that's just not a recipe for success in the NFL.
Problematic. And I also think, by the way, don't be surprised if at number 5, the Seattle Seahawks take a look at him. Right? I think that's a big one. And you know the other one I think is interesting? Jalen Carter. The Raiders supposedly took Jalen Carter off their board. And I think a lot of other people in this league are taking Jalen Carter off their boards as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how all that plays out. But we'll see. Football 50-10 of the hour, every hour on the Monty program is presented by our good friends at Papa Murphy's Pizza. Make sure you use the promo code Monty25 to get the double bacon cheddar.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the limited time double bacon cheddar pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Mozzarella, crispy bacon, and Canadian bacon with nacho cheddar cheese sauce.
Now that is an expression.
At Papa Murphy's, we make great pizza, so you can make the pizza great.
In my oven.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
On my smoker.
Yeah.
That's right. Papa Murphy's on a Traeger smoker. Hell yeah. Papa Murphy's Pizza. Make sure you use the promo code Monty25. The order is easy. Your pizza, and hey, if it's a cheddar bacon, awesome. If it's your custom built pizza on a traditional crust barbecue sauce, pile all your stuff. Awesome. Then you're going to get the marinara meatball. Then you're going to get the take and bake chocolate chip cookies. Then you're going to use the Monty25 promo code, and you're going to save a bunch of bread. Just like Shahaya.
Let's go.
New member to the show. Appreciate you, Shahaya. Welcome to the Monty Show. If you are not a member, make sure you join the membership. Right there, it's as little as $1.99 a month. But if you want to get into the members-only Instagram group, $10.90 or $9.99 a month, under $10, gets you in. And you chat with a great community. We have a great time in there. Love it, love it. The Monty Show, as always, is presented by our good friends at The Advocates, theadvocates.com. Best injury attorneys in the business. If you're sitting here today and you got hurt at work, and you're asking yourself, do I need an attorney? The answer is yes. If you got in an accident this morning with the terrible weather, yes, you need an attorney. Don't trust your insurance company. I say it all the time. Do not trust your insurance company. You pay them every single month mindlessly, right? The one time you need them, they're probably not going to be there for you. They're trying to save their money for their shareholders. Who's looking out for you? The Advocates. That's who. At theadvocates.com, or you never pay until they win your case. No consultation fees, no retainers. You can even chat with an attorney live online for free 24/7 at theadvocates.com. My phone keeps ringing.
Phone calls.
Man, all day long it seems like. All right, let's talk the NBA here on the Monty Show. We got to talk about conspiracy theories, my friends. Do you guys believe that the NBA is rigged? Rudy Gobert does. Rudy Gobert, after the game in Phoenix the other night, said that he believes that the NBA is set up to support the big teams.
Right.
And that small market teams, I don't know, like the Minnesota Timberwolves. Yeah, we're not wanted here.
Right.
The Utah Jazz, they don't want us here. Do you believe the officials rig it in favor of the big market teams?
I think I'm not going to sit here and say that and use the word rigged. I'm not going to sit here and say that, the NBA has meetings every day in their back office somewhere talking about how, they need this team to win or that team to win or what. Like, I'm not doing that. And frankly, I'm sick and tired of a guy who is not an influential player in the NBA running his mouth about it. You notice the guys who run their mouths about the NBA being rigged are the same guys who can't get their own bucket, are the same guys who couldn't get the job done in Utah, are the same guys that are just not winners. And I understand. If we want to talk about free throw discrepancies, I'm here for that because the numbers pan that out.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit here and say that the NBA is rigged and that Rudy Gobert is getting whistled or not getting whistled. The play that he's all pissed off about is a play where he was backing down Devin Booker and the official blew the whistle on him. It was a good call, right? Like he fouled Devin Booker.
Well, it was the elbow swing. Rudy had the ball and the bigger issue is, one, Rudy's a much bigger player than Devin Booker, right? So Devin's trying to body him up and keep him out of the restricted area. Rudy Gobert is like swatting Devin Booker away with his arm, and the play's in front, and Rudy's just swatting Devin away. Then the ball comes into Gobert, and he swings an elbow and hit Book in the chest. That's an offensive foul. And you know what the worst part of it is? It looks like an offensive foul. And Rudy's not a polished player offensively, so he doesn't understand to keep his elbows in. He doesn't understand that you got to have that ball up here and your elbows in here when you turn. That you got to use your shoulder, not your elbow.
Yeah.
So they're going to blow the whistle on that because that's what officials look for.
Yeah.
I don't buy this for a second.
And by the way, she was in perfect position to make that call.
Absolutely she was.
Like the angle was proper. Like
right on the sideline, looking right at it.
I just get tired of dudes like Rudy constantly bitching about officiating. Like how about we talk about the fact that you still can't make a jump shot? How about we talk about the fact that you're not, a guy who anybody wants to play with? Like I'm so tired of guys like Rudy Gobert talking a load of junk. You notice that, like, I'm cool. LeBron, if you want to complain about it, fine. Great. Cool. Take your fine. Cool. Kevin Durant, you want to talk about it, fine. Best players in the league can talk about it. But if you're not an MVP candidate, if you're not someone who's dominated this league for 15, 20 years. Like,
preach!
Like, stop talking. I don't want to hear from you. You are not Anthony Edwards. You are not even close to the best player on your team, but as usual, you are the highest paid player on your team or one of. So I just I'm tired of him being like, oh, well, the NBA is rigged and they're out to get me, out to get you because you've done so much in the league. Like, come on, dude.
I think it's an issue for bigs in this league. Honestly, if we're truth-telling about these allegations from Rudy Gobert, I think big guys always get shorted in this league. It's a wing league now, right? And trust me, as somebody who plays in the post a lot in pickup, I get fouled every play.
But that's precisely my point. This goes all the way back to schoolyard basketball.
Yes.
Bigs never get all the calls they should get because you're a big, because that's the nature of the game. And Rudy Gobert feels like, hey, I'm some premier player that should get, like all these calls. And it's like, no, you're not. That's your opinion. But the league stats and the numbers and on a nightly basis, your performance says you're not one of the best players in the league. And that's why I say, yes, if you want to talk about free throw discrepancies, the Los Angeles Lakers have a ridiculous amount of free throw attempts this year. But I'm not going to sit here and say that Adam Silver and his bald head are in the back room making lines. I'm not doing that.
He does look like Taylor Swift. And that they both look like E.T.
Okay.
I'm just throwing that out there. Salty Drunk says, what a crock. Are you saying you can't comment on officials unless you're a superstar? Stop. No, I think you haven't earned the right to bitch and moan and call the league fixed.
Yeah.
You haven't earned that right. And I think, listen, let's be honest. There have been, legacy-wise, it's not good for the NBA officials. It isn't. With the Tim Donaghy stuff, and Tim's a good friend of the show. We've had him on a ton of times. Like, I like Tim a lot. He cheated the league. I mean, there's just no doubt about that. And I think that when you look at the allegations that Tim made, I believe him. I think they do call trends. They do decide who's going to win and lose games based on what's good for the NBA. They want a seventh game. You're going to get a seventh game. Frankly, I just think that's normalized now. But for Rudy Gobert to be creating controversy over this is stupid. It is. And Brent, you're not wrong. Gobert gets hammered. Happens to big guys all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
The difference is, you want to know what the difference is, Rudy? The difference is Joel and Jokic can go out and get their own. Kristaps Porzingis can go out and get his own.
Yes.
Mitchell Robinson can go get his own. You're right. The only one that can't go and get his own. Yet you're the only one bitching about officiating. So I'm just over it with Rudy Gobert because now the time has come and gone when it was like, oh, he's the best player on the Jazz. It was Donnie. It wasn't Rudy.
Yeah.
That time is gone now, right? We're in a place where, hey, you're not going to sit here and say, oh, well, it's Karl Anthony Towns' fault or it's Anthony Edwards' fault or whoever you want to. It's Naz Reid's fault, even though he's not playing now.
Yeah.
Like, we're past that now.
All right. By the way, real quick before we get to your comments, I want to do Monty Makes You Money. Being red hot right now, being really, if we're true to, I'm 3-0, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys owe me a ton of cash.
Right.
So let's do our big bets because we're tipping off in the NBA here. Jazz and Celtics tonight, 13.5. You guys, I said the number. It was 13.5. in favor of the Boston Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, should take the Jazz in this game to cover the 13.5. Because there's not a chance on God's green earth that Boston is as hot as they were last night in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
That's just not going to happen.
That's a dangerous bet, dude. Because the problem is the Jazz are volatile.
Well,
sometimes they'll lose by 20, but other times they'll cover that number.
I get it. But Larry Markkinen is not playing tonight, which is a little trepidation. So, if you're putting ducats down, I'm telling you to bet the Jazz tonight. But my lock of the night, the Monty Makes You Money call, baby, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Cleveland Cavaliers to cover the -3. At home against the Knicks, 220 is a number. Take the Cavs to cover the 3.5. It goes over the 220. Julius Randle is out for the Knickerbockers.
Yeah.
I'm all about this. I'm all night on the Cavs tonight. -3.5, 220.5. I'm taking the Cavs to win that game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think, I think the Cavs cover that as well. They win by more than 3.5.
Yep.
And I think the only question I have is the over-under. And the only reason I have some question on this is because Julius is out. So is Quickly going to have a 40-pointer? Is RJ Barrett good for 25? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's where I'm like, oh, hey, like you got to have 110 points if you're the Knicks. So we'll see about that.
Oh, no. Contraire. You
I guess you need 107 technically.
You could have 120 out of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Because I'm telling you, Julius is the center of the universe on that team.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to listen. And you know what the thing that scares me about the Knicks tonight?
Yeah.
Who are they going to have to rely on?
Yeah, Buddy.
RJ Barrett.
Yeah, RJ Barrett.
And that's terrifying. That's terrifying to me. Let's see. Shahaya says, I stumbled on your show over a month ago and have been hooked ever since I became a $1.99 member just now. Keep up the great work, guys. Shahaya, we appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Thank you to everybody who joins our membership. If you'd like to become a member of the program, you can just smash that join button over there. I put the link in there for you. By the way, I did see our first Twitch comment come through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like at almost the beginning of the show.
Oh, okay.
We do stream on Twitch every day.
We simulcast it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time.
For one of our 2 Twitchers. Hello.
Yes. Hello. Let's see. Ken Williams says, I don't gamble.
Well,
Okay.
well, none of
That's
us
cool.
gamble. None of us gamble.
This is all
then we don't-
recreational.
Ken,
What are
we
you
don't
talking
gamble.
about?
Yeah, I mean,
Gambling?
Yeah.
What?
Idiots.
Bill G says, not a gambler here either.
I'm not either.
Me either. DeLambo says, THT for a 50 bomb.
Oh,
Stop.
come on, dude. You're
Stop.
not on the THT train, are you, bro? A squirrel finds a nut once in a while, okay?
Greg Hawkins says, I don't gamble, ... anymore. You know. Hawkins says, when I started losing $400 a hand at Baccarat, that's when I knew I should never gamble again.
Yeah.
Truck Stop Gumby says, I only gamble at casinos. Brent Burnett says, Boston will lose, going to rest players. Boston will lose? The Great Dane. I can't keep saying it like that. The Great Dane.
The Great Dane.
I can't say it that way either. Dane. I love going to Wendover 3 or 4 times per year, but I almost never bet basketball. The problem is it feels like it's a 10-hour drive.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a 10-hour drive. Real quick aside note, we have the Marlins-Mets game on in the background.
Yeah.
The Marlins are wearing their throwback teal hats.
Dude, they're crispy.
I love those. I'm going to get one of
Crispy.
those hats. I am going to get one of those hats. By the way, the Marlins are going to be a playoff team this year.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
They're sneaky good. Burnett says, Jazz play hard and these players want contracts. Bet the Jazz. Boston will lose. I'm telling you, bet the Jazz tonight. That's not my lock, but I'm telling you to bet the Jazz to get under that number. The only thing that makes me nervous is Markkanen's not playing. So, let's see. Doesn't Amaranth, I don't know who that is, stream on Twitch? Sure, if you say so. Ken Williams says mid, Monty. What do you mean mid? It's in Boston, so there's that. It is.
Yeah.
Seganell says, I gambled, but I never won. I love it. Honestly, I like, do you know what my favorite thing to play is? Daily fantasy. I'm a huge fan of daily fantasy.
Why is daily fantasy not a thing?
I don't know.
Like, why is that such an outlandish thing in this state?
I have no idea, but daily fantasy is legal in this state, and I think it's a blast. It is absolutely a blast. Carrie Lee said, add Discord to your Twitch channel.
Hey, a Twitcher.
A Twitcher, okay. What's up, Carrie Lee? See?
Carrie Lee.
Comment on Twitch.
Holy cow.
What
maybe,
now? Let me tell you what now.
Carrie, maybe you need to tell me what Discord is. And maybe I will do that.
We know what Discord is. We just don't do it.
Greg Hawkins, isn't it sad that everyone in Utah has to drive to Wendover to have fun at a casino? People from Wendover should be coming to Salt Lake City to play table games. Dude, and this is, I'm serious about this. It is a travesty in this town that we can't have legalized gambling.
Yeah.
And this show has exploded. For those of you who are new here, like we were looking at our numbers today. You guys, we're at almost 16,000. Is it 15,000? We're at almost 15,000 subscribers.
Subs.
Right? We have picked up so much business in the last year. Right? We're at 14,665 subscribers.
Yeah.
On YouTube. Please subscribe. Like the show. We appreciate it. That's why when you guys hit the like button, it really helps us. We were looking at shows where we had 30 people watch the show in 3 hours.
You're casual.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
Our show now, we do probably 5,000-6,000 people a show. And we're truly a national show. And it makes me crazy that the place I live will not allow me to place a bet if I want to. Won't let me do it. And I'm not a huge gambler, but dude, the one thing I can do here that I like is play daily fantasy.
Yeah.
I do. You know what, Seganell? You joke. Utah people keep the Idaho lottery going.
Dude, you're not wrong, bro. You are not wrong.
I go. Mrs. Monty and I make that drive.
Idaho, the Ken Williams, Wyoming.
No, you're a hoe. You're a hoe.
Thank you.
Wyoming, I love Evanston. You know. I was one of the 30 LOL. You were salty drunk, and we appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Tom says, really skyrocketed once they started talking Utes. Go Utes. There you go. But see, we've always been Pac-12 fans.
Yeah.
So, does Utah have legalized weed? It does not. Can't do that either. The one thing I gamble on is my wife's mood. Seriously.
Damn.
Seriously. My wife is getting back on the snowboard tomorrow.
What do you think of that?
I'm excited. I miss snowboarding with her.
I miss snowboarding in general.
Period. We've had all this snow and we have not. Royal Payne says, bro, you actually are a big gambler. Just kidding. I don't know what you mean.
Big gambler.
Indy will cover the line, no SGA. What's the line? Let's look at the Indy game.
Yeah, let's look at the Indy game.
The Indy game just underway. 4-2, the Thunder.
The Thunder.
OKC's -6, 243.
How long are they saying SGA is going to be out, by the way? I mean, what are we talking about here?
You know, it was supposed to be day to day. It was supposed to be. And it's turned into like week to week now.
Yeah.
Which is a huge problem. And I know that, listen, is SGA playing tonight? He's not on their injury report.
Yes, he is. He is.
He is playing.
He is
tonight.
playing tonight.
So he is back.
He is back.
He is back. Which is, I'm telling you,
Yes.
Kenrick Williams is out. That wrist injury. Chet Holmgren's still out with the foot. He'll never play again.
Chet is very frustrating, dude.
He is very frustrating. My point is, if SGA plays, I take OKC. He has to play.
Yeah.
If you look at the numbers in the NBA right now, the West is flipping ridiculous.
Yeah.
You have the Jazz are 15 out. The Mavericks are 14 and a half out. OKC's 13 and a half out. The Jazz are a game and a half out in the West.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, New Orleans is at 39 wins. OKC's at 38. New Orleans is 7. OKC's 10th.
I'd like to see the Jazz get one playing game. I'd like to see that.
I don't think it's going to happen, frankly. I mean, they're not pushing to. Yeah. They're not pushing to do any of that.
Yeah.
Salty Drunk says cancel that bet. That's what I'm saying. You should have bet the Thunder tonight.
Yeah.
If you was smart, that's what you would have done.
Yeah.
But anyway, my point is, no, the NBA is not rigged. By the way,
pisses me off, dude.
What pisses you off?
That these guys who have one-dimensional games trying to say the NBA is rigged because they're not getting a call or they're getting calls against them or dude, like, I don't know. I have no doubt that officials have opinions on players and officials go out and officiate the game a certain type of way. But did that ever stop LeBron?
No.
Did that ever stop Kevin Durant? Did that ever stop Kobe? Did it ever stop Karl Malone? Did it ever stop John Stockton? Hell, did it ever stop Donovan Mitchell, who's the youngest player to get to 10,000 points?
No.
No, it didn't. So shut your mouth and learn how to shoot a basketball, then come and talk to me.
By the way, do you believe the Celtics can catch Milwaukee for the first spot? I don't think
How
they
far
can.
back are they?
2 games. And when they've got 6 left?
Probably not. No, there's just not enough time.
Yeah, I think you're out of time.
I mean, but again, I also think, I mean, if you have the standings up by chance? Let's look at the standings.
They have 5 games left.
So so right now, it would be Boston and Brooklyn.
It would be
2-6,
Boston.
right?
It'd be Boston, Miami, 2-7.
2-7.
2-7. And you'd have Milwaukee, Atlanta, Philly, and the Knicks. Let's see. It'd be Milwaukee, Atlanta, Boston, Miami. It would be Brooklyn, Philly. It'd be Cleveland, New York. Cleveland and New York. And it's going to be Cleveland and New York.
Yeah.
Which that series is going to be crazy.
This is what we want.
So, I don't know, man. I think the NBA is really healthy. I do. And by the way, what do you make of the Lakers in Minnesota tonight?
I think that's a hell of a game. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be crazy.
I think the Lakers are playing decent basketball. But again, it's a consistency game at this point, and I'm tired of we're trying to figure it out. Well, you got like 3 games left, so might want to get going.
Yeah, I think it is. There's just something off about OKC. And Salty Drunk, please don't lose your shit over it. But there's just something off about OKC.
Well, I think what they're fighting is that they're still a younger team. I mean, you're still in that phase of the build and the development where, you have these 2 guys in SGA and Giddey who can be a threat for sure. But it feels like your team is lacking that one guy that kind of brings it all together and makes it flow right.
Well, Jalen Williams certainly has been a nice pickup for them.
Yeah.
I mean, he certainly has given them everything that you want. And I also think that Jalen Williams, you know, if he had picked this up early in the year, he might be pushing for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
But Banchero has been so crazy, and Walker Kessler's been even better. You know, as a story, it's gonna be interesting to see. If I had to guess right now, if I was wagering right now in the West, I think Dallas gets in, the Jazz and OKC do not. And I hate Dallas. I don't like their attitude.
I feel more comfortable saying OKC's in over Dallas. I think Dallas is so dysfunctional at this point that.
Yeah, but Dallas, I think Dallas has a tough schedule. At Miami, at Atlanta, Sacramento, Chicago, and San Antonio.
That's tough sledding that's Dallas' schedule.
Yeah.
That's tough sledding for Dallas,
But 3 straight at home to end the season. And, you know, if we're being totally honest about it, I think OKC has just an absolute intestinal destroying like schedule.
Well,
I mean, if you look at their last 5,
Indiana, Phoenix, Golden State,
at Utah, Memphis.
Yeah.
Bro, like tonight's a must-win if they're going to make the playoffs.
Tonight and the Jazz are the must-wins.
Yeah, because I don't see them.
And then those other 3.
If Kevin Durant finds a way to stay healthy,
he'll be fine. Yeah.
Stop, salty drunk. Jalen is not ahead of Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler has been historically good.
Okay,
I mean,
James, how much Jazz basketball are you watching, man?
I don't think you're watching a lot.
I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but seriously, that take tells me, like, I don't know where you get the idea that he's ahead of Walker. Walker Kessler is Walker Kessler's already better than Rudy Gobert was, in my opinion.
Walker Kessler is arguably the steal of the offseason.
Yeah.
I mean, he has been not even the defense is what is defining Walker. But whatever happened the last 10 games where he's just been an absolute rim runner.
Yeah.
And he's just destroying bros at the rim, man. Like,
yep.
With that performance against Sacramento, like there's not a chance that Jalen Williams is ahead of him.
No.
There's just.
And I'm telling you, and again, I'm going to say
that'd
the same
be
thing.
shocking.
I'm going to say the same thing to Walker Kessler that I said to Rudy Gobert, and I'm still saying to Rudy Gobert. You need to lift weights and you need to develop a jump shot.
And Walker's got a jump shot. We've seen it now. We've seen the jumper a little bit.
Yeah, but it needs to keep going. It needs to keep going. It needs to get to a place where he can do what Ayton does for the Suns.
Yep. And Salty Drunk says, look at the numbers. And right back at you, how much OKC basketball are you watching? A lot, actually.
Yeah.
A lot. And we've talked about this on a daily basis. That team goes as SGA goes.
Yes.
Because they don't have a number 1 behind him. So when he plays, they win. When he doesn't, they lose. And when SGA's out of the lineup, they're a battle hard, try hard team that doesn't have a closer. When he's in the lineup, they're a much different, more dynamic team.
Yeah.
But, you know, with all due respect, it is, you look at Jalen Williams, and yeah, he's averaging 14 points and 4 boards. And if I asked you right off the top of your head, you know, like, do you know Walker Kessler's numbers? And if you look at Walker Kessler, he is 9 points, 8 boards, shooting 72% from the floor.
But that's the season average.
And
I think you got to look at the last 25 games,
but
dude.
he's averaging 3 blocks a game. He's averaging 2 blocks a game on the road. And if you look at his performance, if you look at his game log, if you just look at Walker Kessler's game log, just look at the block games, dude. Like 7, 3, 5, 3, 3, 3, 5, 4, 5, 7, 3. Like, it's every single night. He's averaging, for the month of March, he's averaging 3.3 blocks a game, 13 points, 3.3 blocks a game, and 10 boards. He's averaging a double-double on top of the 3 blocks. And by the way, I would remind you, he's been averaging a double-double every month, March and February, and in January, he averaged 9.5 rebounds, or he'd have had a double-double, right? Like, I mean, the guy's had an unbelievable season, and Again, when you look at Rookie of the Year, it's Paolo Banchero's award. Nobody's taken that from him. But there is no doubt that Walker Kessler is a superstar of the rookie class. Like, he is, and not the superstar, the darling of the rookie class. Everybody's enamored with him.
Yeah.
Because his growth has just been so stupid, man. Like, there's no way to project that. Jalen's been good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, as you call him J-Dub, I'm not saying he's not been good.
And by the way, we're also comparing a 7-footer to a guy who's 6'8", which I know seems small, but I think it's a big deal.
Yeah, they play two totally different positions.
Yeah.
They're on two totally different teams.
So again, I don't want this to turn into we're saying OKC sucks or they're not good or what. Like, I'm just saying Walker Kessler is clearly just had this ridiculous rookie season.
Yeah, I just think that the biggest issue for OKC is if they don't have SGA, they don't win. And again, I think this coming summer, Josh Giddey and Chet Holmgren have to take huge jumps forward.
Yeah.
Josh Giddey's got to go get in those pickup games. Josh Giddey's got to stay here, get in those pickup games, get into the whoever his skills coach is going to be, and he's got to grow and he's got to develop.
Yeah.
Because there's no other there's just no other way to look at that, quite honestly. And there's no way to look at this as our last shout out for Bucked Up this week. The last shout out for Bucked Up of the month of March.
Yeah, how are we looking? Did we break the record?
We did not break the record. We're close, though. We're close. With 150 people watching, if you have not gotten the Bucked Up free samples yet, go down. In the description of this show, get the Bucked Up free samples. If we could get 10 more, 20 more, that'd be great. If you haven't gotten it, please take advantage of it. There are 3 free samples. And we're trying to really pump those numbers up. They're rookie numbers. Let's go.
Yeah.
We love our guys at Bucked Up. One of our favorite sponsors. We talk about it all the time. We talk about them all the time. And we've had a pretty impressive March. Like, we're on the route to really doing something significant at Bucked Up. So if you haven't, please take advantage of it. It is always awesome to watch the way you guys support the show. Literally, it's 3 free samples, whether it's their pre-workout, their BCAAs, their electrolytes, you name it, they have it. And I would tell you, listen, get the 3 free samples, get the free shaker cup. You can get any color combination you want. They send it right to your front door. The other thing is, use the promo code Monty to get 20% off at checkout at Bucked Up, the official energy provider of the Monty Show.
Yeah.
If you use the promo code Monty, it saves you significantly at Bucked Up. It is a big, big deal that they really take care of our listeners. So hook it up, Bucked Up, the official energy drink of the Monty Show. Get your free samples below. Use the promo code Monty to get 20% at checkout. Okay. Can we rail on Gwyneth Paltrow now?
Yeah.
Are we free to do that?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Gwendolyn. Did you guys see she won her trial?
Mm-hmm.
She was being sued by an optometrist who claimed that she had run into him. And before we play the verdict, listen to some of this testimony right here.
I wrote, I'm famous because it's cool that I had a collision with a celebrity.
And this is Paltrow's attorney right here.
Was that your thinking
questions.
at the
That's
time?
the guy suing Paltrow.
And you said yes. Do you deny it?
Not if you have it on record, no. I don't deny it. I don't remember it. But
well, let's go to page 15. Can you bring that up? Move to publish the deposition.
Your Honor, he said he doesn't deny it, so why are we publishing?
Because he earlier denied it.
I'll overrule the objection and permit that portion of the deposition to be published.
May I ask when this happened?
Sure. Like 1 hour ago, 2 hours ago. You told this jury.
1 hour ago.
I've never thought it was cool that I had a collision with a celebrity. Do you recall that?
Yes, I guess I did say that. Absolutely.
And that's not a true statement, is it? You have said this in your deposition, true?
Honestly, I don't ever remember saying it.
Bring it up.
But
yeah, you did. Look at this one. So this guy, this optometrist, said, "Oh, I suffered brain damage," and then he changed his story. I was out for 10 seconds. All the way to the end, he was like, "Oh, I was out for 15 minutes. I was unconscious for 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
Couldn't function. PTSD." Gwyneth's lawyer was not having that.
Number 50. This is a picture of you and your girlfriend.
Yes.
And smiling big, right?
Smile, camera, yep.
Next one, 51. This is you and your girlfriend. Is that southern Utah hiking?
I don't remember where.
Looks like you have one of those cool backpacks with water on. Is that true?
Yes,
that's such a troll job, too.
Next one, 52. This is you going on a hike, taking a picture of a moose, right?
Yes.
Nothing like fresh, cool air, a running brook, and easily entertained and hungry company. That's your personal post. Is that true?
Yes.
53. This is another picture of you on a hike. True?
Yes, trying out my camera saying smile.
Every one of these pictures is after the collision. Page 54.
It's so uncomfortable.
This is you and your girlfriend at the time. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes.
You look pretty happy. You agree?
You look pretty happy.
Page 55. Yep. This is you and your girlfriend. This is this very same year, 2016, as the incident in question. This is you and your girlfriend on your Facebook. All smiles. True?
Yes, true.
56. Let's look at another picture. You and your girlfriend on a hike, smiling. True?
Yes.
Do you have that cool backpack on again?
Yes.
Camelback. Is that the brand?
It is.
Page 57. Let's go again. Is this you, same year of the accident, hiking?
Yes.
It looks pretty steep.
Trying to get back in shape, yeah.
Page 58. Is this you kayaking after the collision? Just
listen to this.
Now we're 7 months after the collision.
Absolutely not.
Is that a kayak above you?
I don't know what it is.
Sir, I asked you about this in your deposition. Is this you kayaking?
No, absolutely not.
Oh boy.
I was trying on helmets to protect my head.
Did you go kayaking after the collision?
I don't remember that, but this is not it.
Dude.
Look, hey,
he
asshole.
went in on Buddy.
That was you in the kayak helmet, dude. He's like, I was just trying on a helmet, man.
Hey, look here, man.
Who tries on a kayak helmet without going kayaking? Like, this guy refused to admit that there was no long-term sustained damage from the ski accident. And he is dealing with early onset dementia. He's had issues, but they even had like scientists, like physical scientists, like who did a reenactment of Gwyneth Paltrow's version of the story. So they made like this animation of, and she described it as Gwyneth said, me and the doctor fell and we spooned on the hill when we fell. Spooned, right? You get it. And so they did an animation of that, and the physical scientist was like, yeah, that's pretty much how it would happen. And the guy goes into detail about how the optometrist would have come up behind her. They would have collided with his knee into her calf based on her height, and they would have fallen down together. It was, they said, almost impossible to have it occur the way that the optometrist said it did. Like, it was just such a disaster for this dude, to the point where, and we were watching this together, like, it felt awkward. I actually felt bad. And then watch the verdict here.
Was Gwyneth Paltrow at fault? No. Was Gwyneth Paltrow's fault a cause of Terry Sanderson's harm? Oh, no, skip that.
There's just no response there.
Okay. Was Terry Sanderson at fault? Yes. Was Terry Sanderson's fault a cause Gwyneth Paltrow's... Did Terry Sanderson's fault cause Gwyneth Paltrow's harm? Yes.
Oof.
Comparative fault. What % of the fault do you assign to Terry Sanderson? 100%.
Oh, it's over. And the worst part is, Gwyneth Paltrow made candles to smell like her. So the candle maker, Gwyneth Paltrow, walks behind the optometrist and whispers in his ear on the way out of the courtroom. She's walking out of the courtroom. I wish you well. And just kept right on walking. Like gangster. So she sued him. He sued her. And then Gwyneth Paltrow countersued for $1 in order to be able to claim legal fees. So she not only won the case, she won $1, and homie's got to pay her legal fees. Like
100%.
It is lock, stock, and barrel that Gwyneth Paltrow won that case.
Yes.
Like easy, going away, not close.
Yes, owned.
And because this guy came off sounding like a jackass.
Yeah, dude.
That's exactly what it was. Like he wouldn't own up to the fact that that was him. That was him. You don't buy, like, guy, if you have brain damage, are you going hiking in the Uintas, which those pictures were from? Are you going hiking in Moab, which one of the pictures were from? Are you going hiking in the Wasatch Mountains? You're not. Are you going hiking at Brighton, one of the pictures was? You're not. Like, you got that ass kicked because you lied about it. It's amazing. Brent Burnett says Paltrow won, but was a hassle still. She's a big deal. Yeah. She's a big deal. Like, she loves the whole Goop thing. Weirds me out.
It is weird, dude.
Okay, like the whole.
Listen, jade eggs.
Jade eggs in your hee-hoo? Nah, bro. I don't need no jade eggs in my hee-hoo. And listen, Gwyneth Paltrow and Mrs. Monty, who is like the salt of the earth.
Right.
Could not say it with a straight face that Gwyneth Paltrow made a candles that smell like her hee-hoo. So let me get this right. You think so highly of your scent that do you burn that candle in your home?
Me?
So that your home smells like your... Are you kidding me? This is not like cooking a turkey on Thanksgiving, lady. We don't need the whole house being aromatic of your... You know what I'm like? That's who this is. That's who this lady is.
Give her credit, though. Her lawyer's a savage.
Come on, man. That's crazy. I just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just... Brent Burnett says, does any ever get rich off of court? No.
Nah, dude.
Not usually.
Nope.
Zigroit Dane says, I need to spood with Gwen. Wait, what?
Me?
Is she hot?
Yeah, she's hot, dude.
Stop.
She's mid, but she's hot.
Okay. Now I'm going to have to... Why didn't you tell me this before the show? Because then I could have...
You don't think that Gwyneth Paltrow's hot?
No.
You think that Gwyneth Paltrow's ugly?
Jackass.
First of all, the first picture that comes up. You guys, I cannot make this up. The first picture that comes up is on Gwyneth's website. I kid you not. And if you want to know what, have you ever wondered, I wish I had a visual representation of what conceited looks like. Right? Gwyneth Paltrow on her website sells jade eggs for your vajayjay. That's what it, and
dude.
I would ask you to notice that, the whole thing is, it is sold out. Sold out. Right? Like, come on now.
You pick like the worst pictures of her. You can't pick
They're
like
side by side.
You can't pick like the babe pictures.
No. What fun is that?
Like, what kind of picture is this?
First of all, this picture I'm about to show you of Gwyneth Paltrow is
because it's garbage.
A+ celebrity and F- housewife.
3/4 of this is inaccurate.
Okay, here's Gwyneth Paltrow right here on the left. Now on the far right, that's Kermit the Frog and Gwyneth Paltrow's daughter. By the way, the girl in the sunglasses is Apple. She named her. No, I'm not. Wait a minute. Wait, let's single this up. She named her daughter Apple.
Oh, what are you talking about, man?
Tangerine wasn't available.
Hey, look here, man.
Kumquat wasn't available.
Pear.
Hey, this is my daughter Kumquat. Oddly, she's single. Like, are you kidding me? You named your you named your daughter Apple.
Yeah, apparently.
And then, by the way, and I'm open for a vote on this, man. I'm open for a vote on this.
Wait, are you going to do a poll?
Well, I don't know about a poll.
Well, you said a vote. Isn't that a poll?
I'm open. Well, in the comments section. Yes or no? Yes
Find
or
a better
no?
picture.
What do you mean? The picture on the left is not a good picture?
No, where is let's see.
That's not a good picture. The picture on the left of Gwyneth is not a good picture.
Yesterday, you were happy to show Jizzy in a bikini. I want
She's
Gwyneth
amazing.
Paltrow in a bikini. Let's go.
You want Gwyneth? Oh, my God. What is it with you?
Oh, yes.
Gwyneth in a bikini.
Yeah, dude.
How about this one right here? Does that pass?
No.
No, not hot enough. Okay, how about this one right here, man? Okay, that passes. That passes.
Where is that? How are you not pulling this one up?
Because that makes her look too good, man.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see that one. I'll use this one. And then, look, I'm going to be, you guys, do you want the group photo of Gwyneth and Apple? Is that what you're after?
Wait, did she name her kid after the company or the piece of fruit? Because I'm confused.
Either, neither, both. I have no idea.
There it is right there.
Where?
On the right. On the right.
Yes,
that one.
Okay.
Use that one.
That is not a flattering picture of her, bro. She's just, okay. We do this as men. I totally understand this, and I'm probably going home.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm probably going home to get served divorce papers because my wife hates these conversations.
Wow.
But I'm telling you right now, this picture that Jake wants me to show you, okay, here's the one that I picked out. Okay? Not bad. Not bad. And here's the one that Jake picked out.
She's smiling.
She's
she
gained a
looks
couple
happy.
of pounds.
She has not gained a couple of pounds.
In the
Are you kidding me?
From this, well, okay, she is rounded in the belly there. Maybe that's Apple in the womb. I don't know.
I'm sorry, did you just say she's rounded in the belly?
Look.
Bro, she has obliques. What do you mean?
Hey, man, like I said, this is the weird thing. She's got it.
How do we look at the same picture? What are you, Sanderson? How do we look at the same picture?
I'm married to a hottie. Look at your track record.
Where are we at in society today?
Okay, here we go.
Jake does not want to have that conversation.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm not.
She's not that bad, dude. Come on.
Let's go. Okay. Paltrow with Jack Black was a funny movie.
Yeah.
Paltrow, Pound Town, Mr. Preston says.
Thank you, Preston. See?
Monty.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Monty fan in Rexburg says mid AF. Kurt Meyer says the Monty swimsuit edition is going off the rails. Tom says Gwen seems impossible to be around, but she's hot. Maury says I'm done with Gwyneth. We wanted to talk about Jake's dating life. Okay. Salty Drunk says #1 sports show. Exactly right. Greg Hawkins, LMAO, a bunch of sweaty dudes online calling an Academy Award winner celebrity mid. Guys have some.
Was it the Jade eggs?
Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay. Should we
Yes,
talk
we
about
can
Jake's
give
dating
the people
life?
what they want now. They've waited long enough.
Okay. Jake, do you want me to pitch to it? Do you want me to set up? How was Keisha last night in the date in your boudoir?
Well, unfortunately, we didn't have any jade eggs, so that kind of limited the scope of the date.
We
but,
didn't have any jade eggs.
No, it was good. It was good. She came over, had dinner, went to the store. Both agreed we wanted pasta, so that's what we made. And no, I didn't make mac and cheese. I made actual pasta with awesome sauce.
Okay.
Played Uno, played categories.
Played Uno.
Watched some TV, hung out.
Okay.
And then she went home.
Did you suck face?
Briefly.
Make out? Okay.
Briefly.
But you did not repopulate.
No, I'm a responsible
That's
individual.
my guy.
I'm a responsible individual.
Okay, I like it. So, was she? Because you don't have a couch in your pad.
No.
You have a recliner and a chair and a half.
Yeah. And she knew this, coming over. I explained that because I'm a respectable human being. And she was cool with it.
I love that you keep, because I'm a respectable guy.
Yeah, I'm not Sanderson, okay? I know what I'm talking about.
I understand how to bait the hook and then reel it in. I understand it. Right? So, how did it go?
It went good. We had fun. We had a good time.
Did you laugh a lot?
We laughed. We laughed. We had a good time.
What did you make for dinner?
Like I said, we made pasta.
Who cooked?
I cooked.
Who paid for the food?
I did.
Okay. But you didn't get dessert?
No.
Okay. It's a bummer. You didn't buy dessert or get dessert?
No. Nope.
Neither?
Nope. Didn't have time.
So
She wasn't over long.
Was it just boil water, pour some sauce on it, and let's go hang out?
Right, yeah. No, I mean, we came home, played a couple hands of Uno.
How many?
Like 4 or 5.
That was it?
Well, before I started making dinner.
Okay.
And then, we had dinner. We probably played 4 or 5 more. Broke out the Uno flip, played 4 or 5 of those. Then played this categories game for probably a half hour, and then like 9:30 came around.
What'd you guys talk about?
Music, her family's boat.
Her family's boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a boat. What?
All right. So they have a boat. Is it on Lake Powell? Is it? Where is it?
I think it's Lake Powell.
Okay.
I think. Could be wrong.
So Dad's got some bread then?
I think. I don't know. I'm not that. I don't have those details yet, to be honest with you. I'm not sure.
Do you care?
I don't care to the point where it would like end a relationship, but I think it's always interesting to know the family dynamic for sure.
Because you usually date chicks whose parents are broke.
Okay.
Okay. Well, am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong. Right? I like it. You're moving up a little bit. Okay. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't. The problem is like it wasn't like this is. You guys got to remember this is only like 2.5 hours. So I don't. There's not like. It wasn't like a whole extravagant evening worth of reporting. You know what I mean? Like it was just kind of a.
It was a quick night. You guys hung out?
Yeah, like it was like because she's going out of town with her family this weekend. Like I said, to go and check out the boat and make sure it's in good working order and everything. So
Taylor Smith says, haha, her dad has some bread for Jake's butter.
See what he did there? So that's a reference to my iconic Hall of Fame level euphemism.
Let's see. Monty, fan in Rexburg, Uno flip is goated.
I agree. That is by far my favorite Uno.
Seganell says Jake is a great kid considering who his father is.
Damn.
Yeah, what a prick that guy is. Toast for all the butter wants to know when she's coming on the show.
No idea, dude. Probably not going to happen.
How much of the show did she listen to?
A good bit.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
She did?
She likes the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Toast for all the butter wants to know if the boat's a Civic.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it would have sank already. Brent Burnett says, let's time for Chantel and John's second chance date update from her perspective.
Don't think so, sir.
So you won't put her on? Okay. Ron Nolan asks a very important question. Jake, did you rinse the pasta?
Of course, dude.
What kind of pasta was it?
Rotini.
Rotini? Okay.
Yeah.
You wanted her to know you had a soft side then?
Well,
I
could have made a joke there, but I'll refrain.
Did you salt the pasta water?
Of course. Yes.
Okay. Giggity, is she a show member?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I did find out that she's never had barbecue sauce on pizza, though. I did find that out. So.
Fuck. And it was going so well. It was going really well. How did that come up?
I just asked her because I was trying to remember all the stuff that you guys wanted me to ask her, so I asked her.
Okay. 1 to 10, how do you rate her so far?
I would say like maybe 7.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's slow and going,
Monty fan in Rexburg says that's a red flag. I agree. Toast for all the butter says, how much salt did you put in the pasta water, Jake?
Didn't measure it, but enough that I could see it. Enough that I could see it. You know what I mean?
Can you measure it? Taylor Smith, you got to use the pasta water for the sauce? The hell
are you talking
don't?
about, dude? What are you talking about, bro?
No. Hey, Greg's you're agreeing with this? Yes, add a small amount of pasta water in the sauce. It's an important step. No, I don't think so.
You guys are high.
I don't think so. Drew Ferguson. So is a Pac-12 TV deal being currently constructed, or is that ongoing right now like it's developing a story?
Yeah, the Pac-12 TV deal currently, they've run out of butter, so they can't handle the toast,
Yeah, No, I'm not. No, I'm not adding water.
Drew,
to
number
the
one,
sauce.
if you were a member, I would answer that question honestly. But since you're not, you can go back to the beginning of the show and check all that out. We're on the other stuff.
Yep. Giggity says, nah, bro. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what. I'm here for. If you want to talk about best pasta sauces, I'm here for that. I'm all about Dave's pasta sauce. It's really good. Taste is bomb. I'm all about it.
I've worked in some pasta houses in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know a single pasta house that puts pasta water in their sauce. Why would you do that?
An Aussie, James is agreeing with this.
Really? Salty Drunk says, yes, that's correct. Pasta water. Greg Hawkins says, I'm not high. I just know how to cook pasta. I'm not high. Mr. Preston, Jake, did you do the dishes last night or call Monty to do them for you?
I did not do the dishes last night. I washed the pan.
She didn't do the dishes for you?
No, dude.
God damn.
Bro, we don't have time, bro. I don't think you guys understand. There's not enough time last night to do that. It was very compressed.
Okay. Brent Burnett says Boston 11, Jazz 7. Okay. That's cool, bro. Taylor Smith, the starch from the pasta water makes the sauce better.
Dude, you guys are tripping, dude. I have never heard.
Okay, yeah, me
like
either.
Ever.
Toast for all the butter wants to know how tall.
Like 5'7".
5'7".
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like 5'7".
Okay.
Yeah.
5'7" is not a bad height. Matt Ritson, you have Bucky up for drinks.
No,
What
we
did you-
didn't. No.
Did you serve her like
water?
Does she drink?
Water. Yes, she does.
She does.
Yes.
Okay.
Big vodka person, big whiskey person.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, she's a whiskey person.
Yeah.
Okay. Monty fan in Rexburg. I feel like y'all are impastas. Do you see what he
So
did
that's
there?
kind of like imposter, but he worked in pasta because we're
pasta?
talking about pasta water.
Right, Dane. If I'm eating pasta carbs, not very often, I like it with can't believe it's not butter spray.
Damn right.
Yeah. Gotta get low carb, man. I'm on a run of egg whites and chicken with quinoa and brown rice for lunch. I love it. McKinley Cutler, pasta water can work as a natural emulsifier. Most pasta sauces nowadays have artificial emulsifiers, so no need to use them. So suck it. What did I tell you? Taylor Smith says, damn, she's taller than Jake. Jake's like 5'4".
Right.
Toast for all the butter. A real 5'7" or a 5'6.5"?
Yeah, probably a 5'6.5", honestly, but you know.
What is wrong with you guys?
You know,
yeah, 13-7 already. Boston is up. The good news is Simone Fontecchio is leading scorer. Jason Tatum has 6. Good luck tonight, guys. Don't try not to lose by 57. Okay.
Don't go Milwaukee bucking it.
Well, I'm just telling you. By the way, the Bulls are up big tonight already. Philly's up big. Look at that. Washington's up big. Brooklyn. Look at Donnie. Donnie in the I'm telling you, Donovan Mitchell is going to win an MVP or 5. He's got 11 points in 6 minutes. 1 of 1 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. I said he's got 11 points.
He does, dude.
He's going to have like
He can fill it
79
up.
tonight.
He can fill it up.
Jalen Brunson's got 13 points in 6 minutes. Oh, by the way, I would have mentioned R.J. Barrett's 0 of 2.
Oh.
Lock of the night, bitches. I'm telling you. 22-16 Cavs over the Knicks. Real quick, let's talk about this study about eating before you go to bed. Do you guys eat before you go to bed? I typically do not.
Mm-hmm.
Last night I had yogurt, like zero yogurt. I can't. Who makes the yogurt I like? Chobani Zero.
Chobani.
Triple zero. Typically, my schedule is I get home around 8. And like last night, I had yogurt and Mrs. Monty cuts up strawberries and really good. Have that. Then I don't eat until about 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
The next morning. And then that's it. I almost never eat dinner. I usually eat lunch around noon. And then that's usually all I eat. I'll have something when I get home real small, and that's it.
Yeah.
Are you an eat before dinner guy?
Depends on the situation. I mean, I most of the time, no. But if I'm going to do it, it's probably low glycemic. So like high protein, low carbs, meat or some kind of poultry maybe or whatever.
Yep. Salty Drunk, are you aware the Bucks were on a back-to-back against arguably the best team in the NBA last night? Yeah, we talked about that. That's why I picked Boston. That was my lock last night. And they're on a bet. Drew Holiday had like 98 points in it. Anyway. Royal Pain 83 says depends on what's being eaten. Tom says, hey, guys.
Guys.
What's up this weekend? I got a new bunk bed. Good luck.
Hey, guys.
Brent Burnett says Cheerios.
Hey, guys.
Toast for all the butter says I fall asleep eating buttered toast most times.
Fucking A.
Attaboy.
Nathan, Monty fan in Rexburg, says, I used to get a massive heartburn and acid reflux if it was in 45 minutes of sleeping.
Wow.
Here's why I bring this up.
Yeah.
There's a new study being commissioned to figure out if eating cheese before bed gives you nightmares. And really, it's eating dairy before bed gives you nightmares. So I don't eat ice cream almost ever. Maybe once a year I'll have ice cream.
Yeah.
But if I eat it at night, I do have weird dreams.
Yeah.
Mrs. Monty gets like terror dreams if
Seriously?
if she has dairy.
Yeah, I mean,
But you eat cheese like it's a lifeline.
Okay, that's not true. Not like it's a lifeline.
You love you some cheese.
I don't disagree with that. I do love cheese. I do. But you have to know your limitations, and you can't be eating that stuff all the time. And I think, I'm the guy that says everything in moderation. You eat something once a week, it's probably not going to kill you. If you eat, a couple times a month, it ain't going to kill you. Oh, what do we got
Look at Maury
going on here?
Alvarez giving us 5 gift memberships.
Okay, let me
Let's
pull
go.
it up for you, Maury. Here we go. Let's go.
Let's go, Maury Alvarez.
Boy, Maury.
Way to go, kid. I didn't see that until I flipped over to the YouTube side to check it out. So if you're not a member, make sure you pick up one of his gift memberships. That's awesome, Maury. Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you for that. 14 new members on the program today.
Yeah.
Ron Nolan says, I'm going to have a bowl of SpaghettiOs and head up to Rice Eccles and watch Utah beat Jacksonville. Go Utes. Okay. That's cool.
Have fun.
No. Maury Alvarez says, I love cheese and have it close to bed frequently. You do. Do you get nightmares from it? Main Event says, salty drunk muffin sandwich. Do I want to know what that's a question of? Salty Drunk says, you should only be eating one thing before bed if you know what I mean. Wow.
Hey, you about that life, bro?
Oh, drink from a fuzzy mug.
You about that jade egg life?
Yeah, seriously. See Kaufman. So, then Jake eats blue cheese.
I do not. I despise blue cheese.
That's
I'm not playing your games.
That was more of a never mind. Monty fan in Rexburg, Nathan says Anita.
I need a dick. Hiscock.
Oh my God. Why, Ryan? Why would you say that your wife just made chocolate chip cookies?
Hiscock.
That's not nice. Taylor Smith says, Jake, what cheese did you put on the pasta?
Parmesan.
Ooh,
grated Parmesan.
Now, like Kraft Parmesan, or did you get the actual
the green?
Yeah, Kraft.
Yeah.
You jerk. Get the regular stuff from the cheese barn. Like at the Harmon's, they have the cheese cooler, and it's like $1. It's probably more than $1. I made that up. All the toast for butter guy says blue cheese should get people banned from the show. I agree. I agree. Maury Alvarez says, does Jake prefer himself blue cheese or blue waffles? Oh, my God.
Dude, stop.
Stop it.
Hiscock.
Stop it. Stop it. Parmigiano Reggiano. Love that. I had aunts that could make them say, never, no, man. I don't want to talk about no cannolis. I don't want to talk about no manicotti. You know what I'm saying? I love pasta. I'm fat. All right, I guess that's it. I guess the show's over, bro.
The week's over, bro.
The week is over. Is there anything else I wanted to get? Thank you. The idiot Dodger fan. The idiot, you guys. I want to make your day before we leave. You did have that in there, right?
Bro, I've always got it in.
There it is. Okay, you guys ready? Here you go. Dodger fan runs on the field at Dodger Stadium.
Right.
He's proposing.
Oh, so
look
cute.
at his. Look at his.
Okay.
There's his hot girlfriend. Hey, buddy.
So
looking
cute.
good. Oh! My God, damn. So apparently, and I could be wrong, but apparently. He got earholed.
Yeah.
So here's my question. Did he save the ring or not?
No way.
What happened to the ring? Just watch the ring box. He proposes. Okay. Now listen, everybody yell for him to stand up. Just watch the ring. Oh, my God. Like, that guy absolutely inserted his skull into his ear.
Yeah, dude.
And by the way, to which I say, good, dude, good. Number one, you're a Dodger fan. You deserve.
And that's how I look at it.
Yeah, you deserve no respect. But goddamn.
Yeah.
Greg says targeting. Ryan Fair says excessive force. Taylor Smith says that was more action than the game last night. Giggity wants to know if that was Bobby Wagner.
Stay hard.
Maury Alvarez says it was a pop ring, so doesn't matter. Yeah, dude, the ring is on the ground.
What kind of idiot does that, though? I mean,
Yeah,
what did you
this is
think was going
really
to happen,
stupid.
dude? Like, did you think that they were going to, sing Kumbaya and support your marriage?
You're an idiot. Did you think because you were proposing that somehow they weren't gonna drill you or something? Or, I mean, do you know how bitter these guys, the security guys, are because they're always chasing people? I mean, do you guys understand how difficult that is?
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel sorry for that guy at all.
Nah. Nope.
Toast for all the butter says Gobert blames the refs on that play. I agree. He did. Matt Ritson wants to know where the flag is because he says that was a late hit. There you go. Make sure you go see our friends at TryDayTrading.com. Get the $10 membership for 30 days. That's it. $10, 30 days to change the rest of your life. Hook it up. TryDayTrading.com. $10, 30 days. Come back to me. Tell me how it went. Because I'm telling you, you're going to love it. You are absolutely going to love it. TryDayTrading.com. Make sure in the drop-down, it takes 20 seconds to register. Drop down, select the Monty Show. Help us grow. Love that. TryDayTrading.com. Jake?
Yeah.
Your girl's out of town, so ain't going to be no loving this weekend, right?
Right.
Take it easy on the forum.
Okay.
Until Monday, say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.